difficulties and the hurdles that prevent development, that prevent good decisions from being taken, that prevent good decisions from being implemented. Give him the wisdom from above. Father, we are looking up to you because only you can help us. And now we thank you for those in authority, in every sphere, in every department, in every area. Grant them wisdom and deliver our nation from wicked people in authority. Deliver us from evil men who will sit in places of authority and do evil things. Deliver us from vampires who will drink the blood of the nation and leave nothing behind. Bless our nation with good leaders. And for those that are there now, we thank you that you are helping them, that your grace and your wisdom is given to them to lead us forward into a good and a better situation. We give you thanks for your great wisdom that is now released into this nation. In Jesus' name, amen.
Anope yama Ghana phone nyina kwa ba Ghana Montie so ne woni 0.9. Beba cho ba bibia wo bia ibisa se mpo motesen na wo ko katemu na wo katemu tesen. Ye da twede mpo nyakopon na se awrade ye bekoso ada wase o. Enam se enye ya hoɔden enye fi papa bi a yesi a yedam. Enye mpa papa bi a woda so enye ka papa bi a wusu ada bi ade kwa akone aba. Debi na mom enye sika bi a wo. Enye wa hoɔde ada bi a wo so ye exercise. Debi a wo ye exercise. Obi a obobol footballer obi obobol obi otumirika won na nka hwan pa na exercise eso ogina goprama no so anu watwa adwe no wawu adan a yese heart attack it exercise na ne ye de ene de ye de obobo ye ho ban bi keke o na ye ka bambo na mu odin na etwadi ampo nyankopon ne nse de ne ne bambo bi a aye kese wo ye so eno pe enye aburi bi pa obefo enye kwawu bi pa obefo enye nanti a wo beko walk na wo kwa wo so ye exercise no wakotu eska wo ko gym adan ya pese wo exercise the body na wutimi enyini chenye sa beba cha unim eno de wo ya eye na mom fa hye utrim se ye wo bambo bi eso pa na eye de efri twedi abonyankopon no ho eno na ye bambo kese a eda ye so eno na maboja edi afrosane ya onipadua ne mo enye wo exercise bi a wo ye eka exercise a me say naka footballer ana obi oye athlete otumirika pa na ono no park so no watwa ahwe amanewu adan ya wanya heart attack exercise be na eche adwuma oye ye da twede abonyame na say ode na nso acha yen midin the Mark Jerry OSEI AGYEMAN enkwada na wote say meba cho wama sorry mid times no emze ebi be kono nyame adobo chena ebi kono last week wama call last week na wo mu resume ebi so nyame adobo chena no mbeko omanya ne yawada ne efiada na Monday no maba eti wama enkomi terms na beba cho wo mo be ko school no ye nin term ma mo sorry ye nin term when you say about schools no mama me term eti ye hwe Ghana Education Service me term ne dia na last week dia na so ebi no be ko mo dia this week eti man koda ne sorry ma mo ye no man term wo mo dwari dware atade no an wa che homework no to ma ye unse midterms na homework no dozo beba cho woma ni nyina de woma resume and then woma ni nyina omoye ni tentem wa school fees no watu ya oba time wo ba no school fees unkonkotu ya adan maame adan papa ana winim say school fees na no na private for woma de run school no school fees na no me run ne kakaka no wan kwankotu ya obese school no ngu ana men yesa se suba we enye fe kra emfata obako ankrankra school enye obi na pa wo Chelsea fa doko wa na ade ne ko ye aban school wo ho wo so pa ankrankra school kona ko tu school fees no yenuma yesi ebe ma ye ma ko aban school no ye krampo no ye wakande ayeto ye wono ma ayeto e de ka ho. All right, me da say so wetu mafidie no na dia to and the date no 24th February the year 2026. When him say do 24th February biana Ghana eyabakwa sempa de maye. Enam say 24th February 1966. The see ye ewo Ghana. Na enya sempa pakra. Em say ahomache sa biri na eche say etu atoto amanfo awu. Eye 24th February. Coup d'etat. Edi kan ye di two osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Ene dey ena sa coup no eba so. Eno na ni nyina nam so a eye kotoka. Ora kotoka na won semba ya na ye kai because a coup no on dey anymore. Eti eye coup abantuguo eba so ye memo. 24th February 1966. Sa abantuguo na eba ye no. Ene dia ba chire nyina besi ene edi bibi abreyen aboa yen ana. Bibi sawo ene bibi sawo. Abantuguo ekọ so 24th February 1966. Ede dia ya na ebreyen. Bebacho mayehuwa. Na ewiase afana nyina so 24th February enya asem papa. Because enani exactly 4 years. I just said Russia womo koto share Ukraine so. Russia Ukraine war no ene ye did the birthday enya 4 years. Hey! A month for gu tens of thousands people la egu. It's Russia Ukraine war ya ben den da ben. E de dia na e de bre wiase afana. Eti me pa cho se wuni me na troto we. Na enani exactly 4 years Russia womokoto share Ukraine so a ede nsem bebre ya ba ye edi egu missiles tu akuku da momoto ye enani exactly 4 years why womontokwa fresh one no enani exactly 4 years yenim say enye bweni nya de edi kan ya Russia womo ni Ukraine for their bomu de na mom current one year between 2022 and basis abiri 4 years in a rocky they be the rocky Russia Ukraine war. Eya semo. All right. Etiano so bedu nkomo. Na enra Ghana man panyin kasa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. In fact, aya na JDM oye realist o. Ade ba ko a mepe wo JDM won say oye realist. Who say JDM oye communication expert. Obetime di wadwen ho agro. Ana mu study no. Okay. Ono no edru bra oya amanyo semina JDM ye oye pa ne ensem no beka se ensem no ka ne se ye no kure kro beka obetimi yo unse ono no otimi communicate well but adeba ko wo mi say JDM oye realist se meka se JDM ye realist eye Ghana man panyin ene se ade no nso no ohu ni se de tie pa na 2 minukuta no o mayehu. This time, I just said JDM, me who say, or you're realist, and normally be more than they did it. Okay, a debate to Grana make us Enra JDM, any a ye Ghana, woman be a numa, or your memushi. Na, nanu di seminar or the two, Jano, a muba copa or kind say, stability of the economy doesn't mean transformation. See you. NDC communicators na mbetena te radio so a muso na see the stabilizing the economy na yeye e ba jo nya botre me akra na mebo aban na ba so say see the stability na ba na yade because MPP for an wo maka say artificial na me say masa say artificial ada na mo apen so man ye say bibi wo ho a ye fa na artificial ye the stabilize CDD a any MPP mo apen so na e san ka mo ye. And the sleep speaking, some of the other way, you can play near the actual. Nano crasso woman say, see this stability, it doesn't mean say economy no, ejina na nine so I say, it is so biaka na nutum, and you know correct. President Nakasa Jia to Menra. It is a way and this communicator, TNE. Or man penny say, stability of the economy doesn't mean transformation. We have to do more. As stability no kwa de and the besi den I no kwa was o see the next stabilizing to ye David et say you menu mano a function operationalize nature say normal to me akoso na ye no me so see the next stabilizing to ye just say no and the see the near 10.9 and ye be find na ye 14.1 why na say about 10.9 abana ya de yes abana ya de na emum enye no nko an ye friend economic transformation eti emu bi na ye ka say yes abana ya dey say we stabilize the city, we stabilize the economy. Inflation I hated a single digit na ni nyina mu no enye no pe ene ye che say economy no e je say awie there be omampanyin nra omampanyin akasa na nu muton or say stability doesn't mean transformation mewie iti JDM or ye realist hwe sa obeka ya emrebe meka se bi kire o se wokotie eye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the inaugural speech in the dem ya yade ni si ade so no eye ensem a oka kire Ghana fo ni ewiasa afa na nyina amamu so president a realist because ensem a oka wo opposition another campaign no enye sansem no eno mampanyin yade afana share ensem se Ghana mampanyin no oka ye okay aname wa ye din kire won emu ba ko ne se wo se nanado na ban mu no omuka se international shocks no aha Ghana but wo se NDC no opposition se munya na president wo munya se ensem ne ka in Russia Ukraine war no COVID-19 but yade afana share JDM nsem se Ghana mampanyin na one Ghana ni ewiase afana nyina kasa se Ghana mampanyin no sansem no kai se eye international turbulence and tokwa ne nsem akodo including COVID-19 na esi ye wiase afana no aha bibi man pa including Ghana aya kotie JDM the inaugural speech enti ememu say yes so a realist edru campaign time on beye but the do time so a eye business time at this time na campaign bi but no kra woman so say amanyofo aya munim no kra na mon kan kire kakra no kra ne say da wo pefe a aya monka ene ye MPP so aba opposition saa no kra ne bi wo munim pefe but then na manyo sem ni ntino eye petty partisan politics in intino on come no kra fa kire but ono no de be favor no be ka saa de na mo ye na enye munyai saa de na mo ye na enye kra etianra omampanyin ene Ghana wo mabie nyuma ACI edi nsem bebre edi tudwa ti na ye bedi ho nkomo said you can kra no say eye Ghana manufacturing sector no it is said to be contribute to 15% of GDP the mampanyin e ka say yo eti also stability no doesn't mean transformation eti where wadwen say stability no omampanyin transform Ghana's economy obowa onu amunu kra say ndebe and this it is one said the an eti no aya mu bi ne yeti ne ye kan asem ni bi ho ha so enye say ye fiti ane ye kasa keke o ye hwe no ma ekoso all right and then so me ba be ye adwuma bi na tie ni yie pa Dr. Keselato Forsen beba cha so obi wa ne number frena ka che ne say no ntie ni tefe Ghana mampanyin de so wo Ghana hanko ade osora no pa bi a ni tefe do tie eti Ghana mampanyin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene me chiao na ene me ba be ye adwuma bi adwuma na me be ne sen ene say eye tracks mako 12 na yese yache no a eye loaded with eye cooking oil ne no ma bi a esom eto esa kwa mutua worth about 85 million Ghana cedis no me pa cho ene me the fresh information me de bro so want to ya ba me kan show eye Commissioner General Customs omampanya pam no eti yes omampanya pam na want to oh wa pam na free o enre ya wa pam ne krata de pam no grawa omampanya appoint ni pa foforo wa appoint ni pa foforo enti beba cho ene me wonsem bi e kan de fa ho na mesre pa say National Security Coordinator ya papa COP Razak Osman kwabna amazacha me kwabna mafu fre papa ka che ne say anopei ontie yen ewa because you wonsem bi wo ha ye beka you were questions bi wo ha ye bebisa Dr. Keselato Forsen E pa so mon friend in kan chen say ontie yen because you win semfue bi wo ho a ye bebisa. Sa semina aba no. E na wo sa keke o, e na wo tra sa keke o. Masa ja nsem fufuro wom. Nsem fufuro wom. Oh, Ghana no, I am ye ni nukure ma ye hu. Wo kwa kan kura no. Okay. Anyway. Ma yanko ya ni ma ni ahwa be for tentan ma no so no ma hodo e wo ho. Media sada ma peacefmline.com, cdnewsroom.com, myjoyline.com. Check out ghana.com /FMGH, classfmline.com. Any other relevant news portal. Ama sancha me kwa na mafu. Ma mi akosu eto nam. Wo me de be bo me de obon krata mo isem de aye mo adwuma. All right, yeah, quite a minute. Some idea him will be from town man. So 152 bills of suspected cannabis intercepted in Western region. 3 arrested. Bambofono, as I said, yes, Charlie. Omo boy Juma. No, omo yet, but they say the ultimate omo yepa. I'm for the win. I'm honey. I got you omo. Where the win? I'm honey. I got you. I go to them. And I was a cause of pa. What the Bambofono boy Juma pa? Omo boy Juma. Omo boy Juma pa. BBC.
So kai say.
Yeah.
Era semi jenfi.
Ben we. Na nasina nipa bonu for kobo.
Oma chinipa mi.
Oma chinipa mi.
Na say the owo.
Yes, sami jenfi or you gold boss you.
Debi.
But ya dey awon mo ye.
Na say no abayiwa yira ye. Enye ne ye kwachi ni. O ti say wo hye he. Ya becho.
Eva IGP.
Oh, na say omo boy Juma. Yeah.
IGP omo boy Juma. Pa. Okay. Yentie examine iti tio. The Western Regional Police Command has arrested 3 persons and intercepted 2 Kia trucks loaded with substances suspected to be cannabis in separate operations within Shama municipality in the Secondary Takrady metropolis. Abusia the woman say enipa bonufobi we and a woman share the bottle in the gukem. Israel Western Regional Police Command. Oma doa womo. Oma chomo kra. Government may consider tax cuts if revenue leakages are sealed. Deputy Finance Minister. The Deputy Finance Minister, Thomas Nyakwampem, says the government could consider reducing taxes and import duties, but only if it succeeds in plugging revenue leakages. As I say, my weekend, there's an answer. Now, revenue leakages is the bender. Someone to open a better to so the man. I'll say revenue leakage, you know. Okay, yentie. Me pamucho your photo sound for the bedi chire. Swafui eno dia tudwa se oman sa ban ne betima tete atu obi so dia. Eje yesika na enyu no tugu no, yesi ni nyina no kwan ansa na ban ne timi atete so. GS suspends inter-school sporting activities in Central Region. Senkomo we enando pensu yebedi. The Central Regional Directorate of the Ghana Education Service has ordered the suspension of all zonal inter-school sports and activities among senior high schools and senior high technical schools following recent violent incident during athletics competitions. Ebusia the woman say video no go viral. Eye obrachre na wo hwe sukufui wo moko to hye abemu wa ono ne se okope ba bia tena na odi aduragu nani so. Onye ahwe onu obi atam onye ahwe. Na womo di abo ebirim no nyame na ye adom sa abo na bi anka na ka abemu na begu no da se nitimi tu ne nan de kotia oh David anya no obi oga anra wakasa enra ya onwi mebajo obi okasa wawu bi oboa medama se mego obi a wakasa abemu na womo kobo no wawu bi anya no kre da enra one ne papa womo bankran ha womo ko Ghana Education Service plaster tare na no plaster tare na ni ase enra me akasa me Jerry me de bani ho no 80 me pacho onwe obi aka cho se wawu a oboa womo brima branch abemu enya kura kwase asem kwa na omudi yesa
na se die sa proper ni
ocha kofodia de esi wo ho asante man
na no teacher ni ya
teacher ni ye brim teacher ni
na de sia de na ekoso
wo kura won ti ase so
we de
won ti ase So
now would you say oh and ya cry
just stupidity I just say when ye a Jimmy Sembia say Jimmy no
I was here why
e say why e bata enkwala no akoma ho e say ye why free ho ye Jimmy e bata enkwala na nei wo mo senior high schools no wo mu bi e bata o makoma we say why free ho ye koba ye beka mu nsem eti ye kan wo mo ye we your friends wo mo birim no one ne papa wo mo ba na no akire no so no yanya ne tie se posifo no se wo mo hwehwe enkwala no wo mo hwehwe bi e je se eno no ye de ye ne be di akire ye betwem ye de akire pa eti sem no ebinie meko ma mi akosu eto na mo ye de aseda ma peacefmonline.com cdnewsroom.com myjoyonline.com check out ghana.com Star FM G8 Class FM online any other relevant news portals akosu eto na matching
my Jerry Major so
apomi to say we can do normal course
oh nyamena dom
good yankwa ne me atwa grata ne mo say
abusuafo ye kwa anim dia na ache se da obokrata badwa so ne ye boni tew dia ma oni akofa no nsi akase no ewo Peace FM ye ba ye de ne aka no ebeto amosom na ma me sha ase free Ghanaian Times da obokrata no anim ha sei ena watwitwa said ofanko nsewom kwan no bibia esi koyopo eno no se nyame anim no kwan ni obonsem atiko se wo fa ofanko nsewom kwan no so akwana kofa ho ene ye dida so pa kwan ni bebre no o maye na ye sezisi adehye no ewo kwan no so o mo bo mu tiri nkom se said aban no esi ebu adwanya asem kotone no ena wo se engineer ne se wo mu egusu eye adwuma pa na enche omu beyi omo nsafiri ho at times obokrata no so ede ho amanebo aba abusuafo times obokrata no ani ho se no ode otumfo se itutumfo nyini aba eno ana wo se galam se nsɛmsɛm no ekoso no a yaka ho asɛm a bi mu abomi mfinta duku ya wo se gala no na o metro ye tu no mutu no kwade ye ni problem se wutu gala wo nsuo mu ne ye nkwae mu eno ne yechi na so still eno ena asante hene ekire aban ne se wosere no ada ofa niema ngu akom se de bi ye bitimi abo yensu wansu ho ban na da acha koma bi engofo ye ne bi emma times ebokrata no ede ho amanebo aba abusianfo times ebokrata no ani hwase ya no CGS ena wo mo atwe inter school sports year activities ekoso ewo central region ho nsem so ewo hase times ebokrata no de ho amanebo aba times ebokrata no ani hwa no se inipa enan ena womu atimi ansa so womu mu ni nyina eye ohwim Tigo Junction robbery ekoso no eno ena times obokrata no ede abase mpanyifo achi nipa enan posifo ya womu ye nhwehwemu afanwa times so de ho nsem aba abusiafo ma mefa daily guide obokrata na mefa ntoa so na guide obokrata do no de kane photo samfo no munyafo kinu furiata wonimfo nyuni aba as usual o hye atare fita eno ena se court no wadi 9 okay no furiata bill e wonsem so wa ase a times so guide mum de ho amanebo aba abusuafo guide obokrata no ani ho ase no obo amane eno wose enipa bi mu ne ya kire wo mu we suspect ni nyina ne se yesi ka bi a wo mu etimi ekohwimiye na enam so ya wo mutimi ato o matimi apra nipa baako na no nenam so mo se o machi nipa ya achese eye enan ya polisi eye hwehwemu ede afa wo mo ensem ho a eye guide obokrata de ho amanebo aba na kokko akuafo enesu na anu ada ya aban ne ba yesese ne pa enkoyi aban no ese kokko no eniema nkwenti amansa adwasorbo no so atese hu ene enya asem kotoa enti aban no se saade a wono so atebo no so eno no me se kokko akuafo no kokko apa mo se hwe ebi nsi da o evide kwampa abreso ye nanam apeso se o ma we mu yate se yate kokko buo so yenti bi da o me se o mo de o mo mpene so etu o de aban no court se wo mo ntia se enti aban no o me de no court pa ye nyina so potia wonam so a ade a ye nya ebi da ye onu nkwatimi ahwe nyamienim kokko akuafo bra wo mo bre se unyame be ye wadokro be nya asase no wodo kokko na kokko no be so no wate na wo aboaboa no na wo be sesa akobo no be buru no be hata de be kwa kokko aboye no enu kanya bete na wo be saso akoko krache ho okwan nya wo ya osua enempo de aja motoki ni bi aba wanya bi isa du boat so na aban wo so wate so enrobo ya te so hwe omo ntwema aban na omo de aban ko court the guy the workrata no de ho amanebo aba nipa miensa ana yensa so omo pachi ni nyina ne se womo de wi no yesu se omo achi bibia omo achi no boabo omo su se ye wi 156 and no match no we bill so and yansam get to as a force bill no we no bills pa 156 we and almost so more guy the Democrats e de ho amane bo aba na guy the Democrats no ani ho se Obama no se aban no why crowd say Kotoka International Airport no obe sisedi no aye no Accra International Airport ya te se wonsem so wase a guy the Democrats no e de ho amane bo aba abusiafo yemfa daybreak na daybreak the Democrats no ani ho say ena wo bo amane ena wo say oromonyafo afenyo Markins ena obisa aban ne ese sisi ya ne mu aben pa ena wo de bo gold board ho nsem so wase a ye de ho amane bo aba na daybreak the Democrats no ani ho say ena wo bo amane no se Telegram Russia amni no oba ha se obedada ye ma no a o video mo no omo se o ma delete ye beko peace na yakwakofa no nsia kase no okay na daybreak the Democrats no se an Russia ni no oba o man kokro Ghana ha se a oba follow me what is your name, can I have your number, can you tell me your age ya one Ghana for the nkomo ya ho nsem be ye deja o ma we mu o ko post ye no wo mo adileti ya chese ho nsem so ha ye de bi aba ye be ko pisi akofa no nsi akase no e de abra ma Jerry OSEI AGYEMAN atenase
Nonsia abo ewo peace 104.3 FM so my this year enabina bosumi mienu da to se duonu nan anopa no nsia ka se bosuni ya me ahwefo ne etiefo yina che de masese fide ne da peace FM o makwa abade baka se boyi so aya Ghana ne nkrofo bia manso nsem ene agudie mu nsem na ya boa no anopa ye didi mu nto ba bibia mo wa afide ne da peace FM ba moti yenka enam okay FM eni nit FM ye na ye wa she pacification ma beka Johnson Accra hello FM e wa dispatch aburunsem wo Kumasi adum arope Ghana fana baby asa wo tika sebo yi a na e station dodo a wodo ntoma bebo Peace FM do anu age kasebo edi nam o mada Roma sada nso so na social media nso obo Peace 104.3 FM emu bia so no ben no kef edo beba studio am wa hwe ya no peyi asante yenka ensima ya deba anope ene
Ghana Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama edi atudwa se wa fimpim yenu ene aduasa edi animu oman Ghana ye hyehye eye se ye betumi aye enema hobro bi te se ehyen entoma enwane aye didido e wo man Ghana na aka ho bi am economy no ne mu ayedu
Ghana ye wiem sanjina bia Kotoka International Airport abanfoforo yi agba amane se edi no mbe ya outdoor na se din no afre ne din foforo no enwa asema kosi sen
Sanso ena se ye ko kolebu arasabia empanifo aye hyehye se na no we ye kase boso ye de tu dwase ka bi ebo owura bi meko wi eche ne ko arasabia kese miensa e won kran ha na kolebu ka ho omokoyo mo se empani ho wo ma na e wo duty emu be se mienu de empanifo se obo wo ma sense wiem sa pan
na honorable Clement Park our deputy minister of education so abamane se penchen ne basabasa no a esi e wo senior high school agudie a wo munkodi keke titru ni swedro de esi wo ho no mpanifo ye hwehwemu na wo a ye beche wo no wo asembo no po
ya do be konkrofo amaso ne ye kwankwohwe de ekoso e wo Mexico na no na emunkra eba beto dwase ovura bian wo no ye kan enubone hu dwa koken yipa wo die hu dwa wo ho ya enya asem keto ye se wo boni din a nipa bebre enim no e wo wiase ya chire no nipa bebre chance ya tutu asem e wo state ahodo Mexico enya asem keto na defense secretary Ricardo Travella e de atodwa sesei asojafo a ya so wo magu Mexico ntwa so no enya asem keto akra
na yabekwa agudie mu nsoso ekoba ne sen na English Premier League Everton supporters is light tin the bar stadium was some be United nso ko wiase United e de Everton aye Lipton anum wo mo ka baako a wo mentu mi ansema da break yi
line de obesa na chira asem
na me ka kire
we shall meet na ho ayemobo
na me ka kire
ye rade mu aye ade atio ye de aseda emanyumakuen eye Lawson Herbal Center so ya no pedro amegedi ama wo no eye Lawson Herbal Mr. Wine we ye dro emapa onom na ekọ widie no emu a esiese wuni pedua no enti yade bi te se malaria fever no na no okoye test ese emmo wani bi ewo moja mu no ebe sam go ma se one time sounds na typhoid fever no na kwakwo ne kra de wotwa na sigu ho osori gina ho enye ye bio oba ya wanyi se wada maduro twu ho fa firi ho wo so awotache wo ba no etuanofo ano atwe ho akwa ne twadofo ano num bi akoda wo mfie no emmoro finsha edumienu so wada maduro eyi wachi wade uyiwe edi firi ho a ya kai se ye no mu eni pacho Lawson Herbal Mr. Enwei se wo pe bi etu aton ana wo pe mako ana bibichi wadwe a 0248 61 9999 and 0242 13 3577 eye bind 20 disinfectant no ena ewo dwa so oraje e bind ya diamond is say ye ne efin ene entefren kitinkete ne mwa bi eton kwanta ya pan na diamond ye office wo ye fie ho kitchen ho no a ye adwane wi moko ena afi anwa agye wontinen entefren no ha ya dwen no fa we egu ho na pepa ho washroom ho no ano a ya fa ho twitwi ho na ho beti se nwan oraje e bind si udu mekom shops bi ano a edura ye fe ne se 20 disinfectant no ubenye biato wine for 020 81 42913 and 0541 808096 anopay a this way chocolate drink the here ayen so share ye mo ayedu ya no ano ayedin na se wote se kase yi ye sha se vim no e wo soro eno an ye de ekwa wi a and you trust the process na de sha se aye this way chocolate drink akra ya nyan ye de ejina mu abo adwumaden enti wo so free a kan se obenom de why later fa sho bagim wodu adwuma mu apa unya so mu ye de a na de awon sa ona wo kro no koda na nu bi a ya na eboa wo mu wakenkan fo yesomo enne anopai eyeme nana ama ano tufo ena afei
ohene nana kwame amo
afei adeshimama madama ensem no enchemu enie Ghana mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama edi atudwa se wo man Ghana ye niswadi hunu ni nyina eye se wa afimpim yenu ene aduasa edi enimu no na eniema e wo se ye wo man Ghana ha se ne wo se ye mu apagya ne yetumi ye eye no yie eno sa no ebeboa ama ye economy ni so anyanantuo ene sere agina son mampani si emprempren eniema hodo binu a ye de raw materials ne ye wo man Ghana ha se no de guise ni aso a bes ohamu abopen no edupe enhyem kuran na nisade hunu eyese enu 2030 no na wo se emu apagya akwakoduru eye ohamu enchichemu no edu enum 15% mampani se we no enye ne se aduasa mienu na techemada so ene wode ka ne saa keke na mum adwumaden ebata ho adwumaden no yese ene omai Ghana ye mfidi dwuma no aso ye no ye behwe ne ne ankrankra no adika so bom ne apagya won nwuma mu won fi wosikasemfom aban no bia shem na boa ama otwumedie no etumi awie peye ye fra bibi presidential dialogue eno mampani gina so ayeye wo brekra wo ne private sector no ena ehia ye wo ankronkro anyumaku awodo e wo man Ghana hase ya wo mo ye ne mahodo bi te se entadien wo mo ye bibi te se kai afei so wo mo ye bibi te se enwiane yedi ade koyemu ene ensuo wase wei ene beboa yen na wo man Ghana yenya baabi agina wase se okonkrofo ama so na atese ase wo mo economy no aya akono anya nantuo ne sere enkofo prekosa aman no so se wokwa ya adwuma na eche se won fidi dwuma no o mafa no adehia etu oman Ghana yenso ye ba be ye de sa mampani so wo gidie warehemu se de wo kan empanifo nyina ka wontipam ho ne ne ankronkron fidi dwuma no eka bom ne etu sa anamon no a enema bi a yentumi anye be se 50 years bi a etwam no oman Ghana ye betumi aye amanipa be se over 500,000 anya dwuma aye.
But let me be clear, stabilization is not equal to transformation. For over 5 decades, Ghana's manufacturing sector contributed around 10%, while emerging Asian economies starting from a similar basis have achieved manufacturing share of 20% to 30% of GDP and thereby creating mass employment and export competitiveness. And so we need to change our trajectory. I've therefore set a national target. Manufacturing must contribute at least 15% of GDP by the year 2030, supported by 500,000 new quality industrial jobs. This will require structural reform and not incremental adjustment. While interest rates have fallen sharply from the highs of about 38% a few years ago, industrialization cannot take off when interest rates remain around 18 to 20%.
Ghana Mampany, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Manaswa was a nano crowdian. Ghana Chamber of Mines in Penny 4 Edding Kuntabubi Ebaye. Now Kuntabuno ordinary Eddie Chinon, or Teti Muno, now so maneti as say. Hey, say my Ghana crown and from good year to no, Yama and Yumabia to a jejemu, Ama would be at a Benin. Cote d'Ivoire and I feel Nigeria. One more cry ama one home so HA. There be also waiting in Kenya nim and tell whom he has and praying ye Kenya yahu awi and feed you mano emu.
I take note of the Ghana Chamber of Mines' recent report that says that Ghana is losing competitively in investment to Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, and Nigeria. There are many areas we need to look at as outlined in the report. Areas like corporate taxation, electricity tariffs and stable power, duties on machinery and equipment, and several other factors. And so across every subsector represented here tonight, one constraint dominates, that is the cost of energy and reliability of power. Industrial tariffs in Ghana remain uncompetitive relative to our regional peers. No industrial nation thrives under structurally high costs of power.
Where Ghana Mampany, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Sansemi, Yensen Choni Prince, Bafo as someone and Obutu Mampany Akachi.
Na nenmo be ewo afia mu ena abanfo Freddy too just say Ghana ye wiem senjina bia ye Kotoka International Airport no edin no enho akwanya se wo se ye outdooring na ye lunch edin foforo na etire nkomo de na bocho obi a tire na 23 ewo de bankra tamu ena radio kasafidie ni TV kasamfonyina so ebi so oh ye man wo wa edin nsawe ebi nso sa wo hwe sebi nipa no ayede ne din to Ghana ye wiem senjina bia no a ne a wo ye ma ye hu se wo ka Ghana fo ho ma titru kra de ne din to so no enye French ni beka se ne pa bon enye kra nanso abane ye de se o hwe Kotoka International Airport no a ne din ya ne honam ense enti won be ye sesaye anopai a ye ka se ye February da to so duonu nan abanya se ye hwe loro kobedie loro pentim kwanya akwantum nsem so Ministry of Transport ade krata aba se Peace FM yenje kompoka se ye ka se jeje mama nse yina tie na yanse Ghana fo yina se Ghana ye wiem se gina bia din ya na eda so ye Kotoka International Airport no abanya ye ne servicing wa ye ne body works asesa no na nsesa ye nie se ya atwade amiensa Kotoka International na Airport abanse servicing anybody works awaye ewo edin no nie se edin ye di kan ye Kotoka no abanya twam aprepa e de free ho ama Ebeka International Airport no na International Airport ndo bi be bisa se Kroben so International Airport enti wo se nya edin foforo e di se animu abanse wo yi Kotoka free wo no wo de Accra e na aba be se ho enti se no aye Accra International Airport enye Kotoka International Airport biewu na eno na abanya se ye ye loro kwabedie ne mpentenkwa eni akwantu nsem so Ministry of Transport amane boyi wo mu kyeremu se wo betre party tru ni akwantufo no obi o wo kyefa ewo airport dwumadie mu se efri na ekwe yanka ne Kotoka International Airport biewu yaka na Accra International Airport abeye AIA Accra International Airport so hu enya KIA na se kia no dabi yatwam enti nensa utu kwan na se wo kwa so me fa Accra International Airport na asoye yi se yenti ase se we ya Accra International Airport na yedi foforo eyedi dada ansa na ye be ye Kotoka International Airport no na ye frɛ no Accra International Airport enti we ni de ese so twa ko fifo na to no chance mu a na ekodi de mu a ne sa ka ekɔ reverse na nkyerɛ sɛ asɛyi aponche bepema wɔ ko ne chi enti sankofa ye ntidi a ene ya sanso akɔ Accra International Airport enye Kotoka International Airport biewu aban sɛ emo bia akomantu emo bia mohu sɛ ne be sɛ bibi ense hwe wɔsi dini ne yasesa no dwumadi a yedie ɛwɔ airport wɔ no saa ne ebedi bambɔ sɛ yɛ saa ne ebedi so ɛna afei ye ne amansan kitahudie nso so saa toten bibi ansesa ye titru ne International Civil Aviation Organization so hu wo mo hyehyɛ ya wo mo ne yewo ewo ewiemhyɛn ne tuo ne si ane ahu dwumadie nyinaa no enya de a edin sesa yi ebeka no kwan bia so ensesa hwe na mmom de ebesesa ne sɛ wo man yi nkrata ewo amanone ane amansan kuhudo a ye no omudi nsawoso no ene yebesesa din ne keke every Kotoka International Airport ade aba ekra International Airport no kra nso so anya bibia ha adwune bia saa ne senti fa so trimu titru ne akwantufo se eneyi ye ka no Accra International Airport na nya Kotoka International Airport biu Public Relations Unit wo Ministry of Transport na wo masa hye kratai ase
ma yentoa eye kase no so en na ena me ne wo kase mpanimfa wo mu ne dan Kolebu Aresabea na no atintim krata ediaba krata na sei na no asembia esi ya yese hyen bi abobi ama hyen ne boss anipa no wie kura wanyina ho na so adonfo e wo ho ne fans anipa no ede ne call Aresabea kase miensa ya eno ewo enkran ha sei sa Aresabea ne mu baako eye Kolebu Aresabea ya se wo mu di on de hyen duru ho apɛ ena mpanifo se o no bed na ni pensa bio waje na wu no bed ne yefa ne kwa hefa ampa so mpanifo se mpani ho enti wo mo mpa baabi emfa no emfa saa asem no a esi ye no ye di emu nkomo ka ho nsem ewe afidi kese su a na nya asem keto akwa empempra me ne wo kasai Kolebu Aresabea empanifo kokotena ase no mo se da bi eku wo mo adwuma ne ho fin adokotafo asa abre no ye beka se na wo mo ayi adwuma o mo duty mienu saa so ena nurse fo so mienu ya bo ndwumadi asensen wiem sa apan empanifo se wo mo tena chen no bed ayate ena board na te eye committee bi se wonye hwehwemu emfanfa sa asem ne ho ehunu die tuabu panti a ene wo ye adwuma ye ni se yakoma wontete se behwe na gidi pakra enkwa ne edi wo bia ba ewo sa bre kro no nipa ne hia nkwa se wo bema ne nuodi nsuo besisi ne so no wahwe no na ni so atete no na wutimi te wo se aduasa me na atachere mada so afefe wo se kire se no bed o twa no kuruse emiensan so de ne kro na no bed ne sabio ye fa no enkwa hefa Kolebu mpanifo se obi anim wo mu abakosem ewo kon mo fa so ye wo madwuma o madwuma din ene wo modi monti ena ne kwabra ne tena Ghana ha se ye powder kura mpa ye de boya motom de bi boya menase ede edi to se Kolebu senya wo madwuma din a nka said monyam sei wo menya no wo hefa enti ni sen ena mo medical doctors amakoje ntete ya entete no so moti ase se yesi owuo mo enkwamwo mugumu ho ekra now se koba ni se ensuo to awie bo ye fra mo se bo magye nipa kra nkwa mo beba na ne waba bedu atwumom ne de obi aba osi no bed o na wo se nipa netiko edeko anese fon so amoso magye ntete ya mo nipa se mo hwan se mo ba be ye adwumaden eba ne sen ena mutu eyesa anamoyi afedi edikan Kolebu empanifo se omudi achopa kese ema nipa no a na ye ka abo no a omudi ne ba ye na busua se omo srada entwaye nti mofa enche omo se twedi ampo Nyankopon se omamo abotre ne akomapa na enfunso bia no a Aresabea ne panifo aye no modi ebeche womo se ne omopa committee bi nti sa medical doctors mienu no ena afa nurse fo mienu a yabo ondwumedi no asense wiem sa apan no committee ne befre womo brano obrekwa enhwehwemu no ekoso afa abusua no so empanifo se brano ombefre mo danse ne bia ne ho bo asem no emuo no yese committee no ebefre no matoto wo ma no ahwe ede yie enso so ato yie emprempra me ne wo kasa die Kolebu empanifo so mo da so eye wo madwuma eboa ama enei apomudin mu atene no enso akonkan na mom board no any management say obi biara mpanifo beto nsa ede afra wo no omo srew se ya brantwentwen woni asese ne be ya enhwehwemu no ebetumi akoyie Kolebu empanifo ho se omo tena se somsompa ewo Aresabea adwumadi no emu omo do mpese fan yo afen so nkontabuo mapa etumi ekoso sanso ena apomudin mapa nipa hwehwe no ombekoso ede asom enunti ena nei sa de esi ye entwa ye nti no omobo nipa mako enan asensen ewiemu se apan we aye management omo Kolebu Aresabea ena tintim sa kratai ede aba enwada na eye ogefo bosome de toso aduonu amiensa ena ode won setamp esi sa kratai eso
na genim se agora de no yankunto kwa wase na so senior high school fo agropama so agudie eya afi bia de a wo moye genim se agoro ene se bia ni gye ne awusie die nko ana so afi bia ne de okwa emfimfim mantem central region mu a emre do district schools athletic games no so no yamye nim ne de om kan ntako no enkowie yie ade na nka wasanka ye enigye ne ahusie no akowie esu ni awre wonko ama school abemu abaako de wadi emia wadi ni se ne nuanom school for tugu no so se mani kronfo na wo mtugu no se mani kronfo no come and see beatings wo mo bro no papa toto abo kra abro no asa kotra wo famba ho dini mpambra ma branch na nyame nko agi sini wisni na achi hospital a doctor for anya de anka sen kenti asempa eno dan chen so a penchen ne basabasa bi nso so kokoso e ma disuafo ne bi nso so epra de den na e wasem yu na eno a wo peace fm ye no nsiaka sebo so ye ne honorable Clement Apak we are deputy minister of education to twe ho nkomo no se abeton panimfo anim ama se dom ka na obrofo kasem no ma take notice na de panimfo ye nie ye ka se dom ma hyase ya asem no nhwehwemu ehun wo mo di mu aprepreja na yafu ye school ni bi na se wo mo ye nhwehwemu ni wie na se report ne ba na se eboni din se ebi a atia danwate enya nipa no wasem bo no po odoher enya dia school ni kro no obefa no hu adi da onfa no hu di totroto da oye ni tin dim empani ba twena so achoche no so ya dia afofro no so bisia nyansa ewom eno se enya school for no nko a na mama bia na supervisor bi nso so ebia wona ye nkoda no yodium ja kwantin po musudro wona ye aprepreja frefren kra ne se pere wo momra meko se yafu ye supervisor bi nso so na se ye hu se wono nso di mu akoten a anya nyo mfa se ni trim se empanifo be ba no so wono nso empanifo be twena so honorable Clement Apak de tu yenum se school kwada na penchen ne basabasa no mu no wo mu praye no nyame adum nti wo mo gya yarehwe wo mo ho ye
the course no time the biara ya be chino say oye perpetrator oye culprit oni emra ebedi say be in the crime for school we are prepared to do that for the bigger interest so we have suspended the competition we have given the regional director of education to get us the full investigation report. We also know say ansana enkwara ebe fi musuku say omunko baby eya na yeyi masters say omunfa enkwara nemko. Indeed, the investigation is also going to include the role of designated masters who were supposed to supervise and to ensure proper conduct. What happened? So if there is culpability in the area of supervision, we expect that sanctions will be applied as well, because we cannot tolerate this type of behavior.
Now, and what's the honorable Clement Apak ebo amaniese where the yakokoba kra no wato no se knockout e dia maskun kwada no says psychologist ne agropama so agudie no ayedie no nye o mabre so ene ya hyase ache dada yan yakɔ Fijai secondary school water krade na yakɔ no GSTS wo ya ne Archbishop Potter girls for Atisco Potesco for yina kabom ya ne fefe St John's for nie enchaban for nie no maba sekofo wonte hwe ya pon obi akofie obi akɔ school boni bia nsi na afide ya dan ana munkotumrika monto javelin mun high jump na mo mobo keke afide mo buru mu hui dabi aso ye ne ntina ho e ma sa de ne nkoso na ne ye bisa se onyi ni se sa corporal punishment na kan na wo ho aye de twi school kwada so a eneyi ye afiri woni ntina kwa akoba se wakra ni fie ntinkura enya kwan ene wo mu di pilolo ene kwan ye ya de nkuruma eye dia wo mu peyi honorable Clement Apak.
The ban on corporal punishment came into effect, and I was saying analysis. I will get some people to do some checks so that we can track to see from 2017 to date the trend as far as discipline in our schools are concerned. And I won't be surprised if we see that there is some correlation between when the corporal punishment was banned and the increase in violence and lawlessness in our school system. I was you deal with I agree with you. We need to look at all of this, particularly whether or not it is helpful to us as a nation, as a people, to ban corporal punishment if that was what was making the difference.
Honorable Clement Apak, Deputy Minister of Education. Emra, you know Saka se boss no dey asem yetu dwa. Na ye gina so agi abo afon kra to ba yesia ye ko ba ye be kwa monone ene agudie mu nsem. FM. When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion. When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
And to that comes in so many flavors. Chicken flavor, jollof flavor, beef flavor, spaghetti flavor, goat flavor, ginger, onion, garlic flavor, stew flavor. How do that be the best you ever found?
Our Judas seasoning powder, it's a secret filabio.
Our Judas spices mumaga jiankasa.
The Amoka Chair Freddy's Corner Home Appliances or the Abba Freddy's Corner Home Appliances Center. Home appliances are a ye papabia, a biwo brands Bain, Media, Samsung, Kaiwell, TCL, TV, air conditioner, freezers, fridges, water dispensers, and Nidia Kekeka home. Nia ubenya good warranty dear. For Freddy's Corner Home Appliances Ukokumimli.
CCTV a Boama monitor of properties and business at anywhere in the world.
CCTV and need daho. A wood detector, clear pictures, Wi-Fi connector. Utimi connector my phone. Now monitor baby a wo wiasibia.
Freddy's Corner Home Appliances Abeka Freddy's Corner Edwesua Hodwa or ton phones and a home accessories no.
Fresh 0544 959195 and 020 7937323 and now so Brako Komemle Satellite in Chehwa. Na ya can discount any achadia. Ubetiasie.
Freddy's Corner.
Home of authentic home appliances, phones, and its accessories.
So wakoma ho hyehyɛ and na ebo periperi de broni kan hardware no a e de na sɛ wo ye na sɛ wo yam so atim so e
wo be packing a farmer Martin's liver salt akira kwan entem ahwie nsu agu glass mo ate Martin's liver salt no ba kwa no na wo de agum
wo be hu sɛ ehuru wa glass ni mu na wanom Martin's liver salt ye won orange flavor and a ba ko so ye plain
wonu mu a ho beto na mum edi nanu na ho nto wo a ko hu doctor.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion. When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
Peace FM.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
Adesimama yede kase no eko amarone ensemu. Ena me no kase Mexico empenifo eche se oguso eka bambofo ede wonko won state agudo no mesanse na no ena enkra ede free won de afie kase no eba yese krachi bia wo ye drug baron ewo Mexico ena afi wiase a enkrofo a wodi sa nubone mu dwade wo mu nimne pa wa firi mu ewo afiase ho aka hu bi ama enkrofo a no woni wo mu yesa nubone no ete asem no wo mama wo mu humre so okọ Mexico entwa so ahodo anye gyan atutu asem ya wo mu eye wo ho no enya asem ketu akora sesei Mexico Defense Secretary Ricardo Travella essay enura nko a wo mo de asrafo makomako empimienu akiri ahennum ena akoka de daw no ana ewo entwa so ahodo no se na ebe ya obehwe no watimi aboban ye enti sesei oka ni nyina de boa no a Mexico aban no afa asojafo makomako empem kono akiri ahennum 9500 ena wapete wo magu Mexico man ni mu a wo hwese bambo ebetumi agina yie eye Nemisio Osigora Cervantes a wono na oye drug baron yi owokuo bia na oda no ye frɛ wo mu Jalisco New Generation Cartel wo mu na se wo mu leader no awu a omuti asia enyeye omuso be ya ban ne nyedro papa ama ne balance awuram sese woko state mako aduenu ewo Mexico a wo mu a ye frɛ wo se Jalisco New Generation Cartel yi agye ho afa ene atutu asem atuo ene niema wo mu eye wo ho no enya asem ketu akora adehye binum apirepira ebinum ho aka sese ekura no Mexico bambofo no emu mako aduenu enum 25 ena sa cartel yi atumi agye wo mu kra ede afiri wo mu ensem Defense Secretary Ricardo Travella say aban no enye na soda esan se sa kracha ye friend no Namisco Osegora eye Cervantes wa chese wa ye niema e wo Mexico kro ni mu anya asem ketewa wa ma Mexico kro no agidim bone e wo nkrofo ama so esan se enubone wudwa no a na wodi nintia empanifo se order wanted list ne so emfie bebre na wo mu enya no ene se na no omu mia wo mo bambo twumati emu a wotumi e kire no na wunim se na no na Samson die yo ba ya krachi nso oba ya no mo fa so de kire no yese ne ba bi a wone no edikete musemu agora wodɔ no no ope nasem na one ne kwakohia wo ba bi ana omo nam oban no so etimi tracking na omo kwakonya no a wo mo eka no etim ho na nso omo de kwakoduru afiase no ɛna ɛyɛ na no kwasi de ya ɔhwere ne nkwa ɛna ne nkrɔfo ne se Mexico aban ne boa wo mo ana ahye de kuru no etu omo ti ase a enye yi el macho ya wo no ɛna na wo drug baron yi se sei ne nkrɔfo agye Mexico state mako aduonu afa nenso Mexico aban ne say o manaba mumu oda so agya ne na so
ye be wie kase boyi e wa agudie mu nsem na enra Deportivo Alaves ene Girona ebo me ko wiase obia etre ne bobre obia de kamienu eto ne yonko atenam to omokote na enra English Premier League ba ko ana aka no ye bo wie ye ne na enra na dwa ye de yegeye keke fusi beka anadwe ye de yegeye na no anadwe ye de ni na ne se Everton and Man United and boy na Manchester United ne Everton match no na ne wo mo a wo me atamfo apem se yefo yi wo medin kan do ma no bo United dua kan no mensem de guyeso so said the Everton ba Old Trafford no a wo mo di Dr. Panya ba ko wo United no sa na enu aso ebesie nanso nyame a wonye nipa anu e dia kanse ne sese so na nyame nim nie ya kira Everton fo ne se wo dia sa abadwe sese obefu ache ni ntohwi a wonfu e na yiwan e twen no ya se bo prr se prr Everton fo yi pri wo mo ho ade ni so hye ne batanga de boy nam ha no mo bo titu ne second half no refi boss o mo pass no ma bom tum ma dia ba ye ho na boy Chelsea United fight near Everton ni na obi say eh na de na nkrofo etire yi dia radia eje jam mo bodo mo bia say eje fefe na efe so ba tumirika o so ni mpokua Miss Lolo so na nufun eje fefe na efe ntra yes e beti ato ti fefe na efe say near Everton ni bo na ye ja so mo kakra oh ye ma mo kwan e mo bodo o betumi abobia say eja so oba kokko se de bumu kura ebefu hwi se de kura no a ento be ma abodje se to mo bodo o mbebo ye na United ya spark ya tanwonwonwonwom disi wo mo so ene ya counter baako e baaye ngwemo agi boy speed o de ko ya ne America ketwa o pass ye ne se bra ya wo bobo as wo daw se ko as hwan ne nsa kan ye na panyan atena na aka se yi Sesko nuana wono anna na ne nia house adien ka se kan go kro betumi ahye krama enka batin begitu enti se wo bia o da ya wo sare ya de kwesi ye ni United 1 Everton 0 enti kareke kire Everton for se David Moyes ne coach wo mo kire ne se da bi o we nya Amorim bro we ye Michael Carrick bi krasa Gallic no enti akona ni ana UEFA Champions League bekoso Atletico Madrid ne Club Brugge ebebo Bayer Leverkusen ne Olympiacos bebo na Inter Milan ene Bordeaux Newcastle bebo wom ne Karabakh nti nyame ya adoma wachina wom bo wi a de ehun sunsanso no Madaroma ebebremu
we have faster than Enfa Emmanuel Koye, Wamadam Tini Yahode Etanse, Mepacho Lawson, Heba Misha Ayadro, Jebi Nanom, bind 20 disinfectant and Ayadro, Yeshugu Sum, Edepipa, if you are not Wamahwate, office on sono, what the Pepawa and Mahochak Pa. Samson at this switch of clothing can do here any ends we share a year, Koko, Kama, a mupi, into one nom san where Jina Hoche, Jeprem Tobrechi, and San, a commerciado, and Kodani Yano pays at the Bodo Kakra Yana a guy pa. Medidi nana ama ano tufuo anope mene
ohene nana kwame ammo ya ja bo afon krato aba na se yakoba de bon krata no nsemu a ene
Sanya so adawro Kofi Aman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie,
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie. Na Sanya so adawro Kofi Aman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no ho ade no. Hwem so betumi a. Hey, asew. Hey, now beka. Ya John to mami en duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afibian so beri ni waware ni a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Oh, asew. Wo den kan no tumu ho. Me be mo anu so hye kura de aka ho. Wo hwe de wapi ho. O ka se batete e da fom ho.
This way chocolate drink.
Kra cha be pe baba ware.
Asew.
Ye fi say this way chocolate drink. Ya sorry anopa no ne yenom ye be hye fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne yenom and this way no ti ano a he se kire wom kokko wom brick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so hye
this way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so hye
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye
Cool, fresh and trendy with a new look. Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime. Natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie. Na Sanya so adawro Kofi Aman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie.
And with mutual accountability. I also wish to acknowledge the extensive sector engagements undertaken by my Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry over the past year. Those consultations, from exporters, roundtables, to factory visits and market engagements, have grounded our policy direction in practical reality. Ghana's economy has emerged from a period of severe turbulence. We are beginning to see positive signals: relative stabilization of the currency, improved investor sentiment, strengthened business confidence, new private capital investments in manufacturing and processing. These outcomes reflect deliberate fiscal consolidation, value-added tax rationalization, removal of distortionary levies, and a determined effort to restore macroeconomic credibility. But let me be clear, stabilization is not equal to transformation. For over 5 decades, Ghana's manufacturing sector has contributed around 10% to GDP. Meanwhile, emerging Asian economies, starting from a similar basis, have achieved manufacturing share of 20% to 30% of GDP and thereby created mass employment and export competitiveness. And so we need to change our trajectory. have therefore set a national target. Manufacturing must contribute at least 15% of GDP by the year 2030. Supported by 500,000 new quality industrial jobs. This will require structural reform and not incremental adjustments. I take note of the Ghana Chamber of Mines' recent report that says that Ghana is losing competitively in investment to Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, and Nigeria. There are many areas we need to look at as outlined in the report. Areas like corporate taxation, electricity tariffs and stable power, duties on machinery and equipment, and several other factors. And so, across every subsector represented here tonight, one constraint dominates. That is the cost of energy and reliability of power. Industrial tariffs in Ghana remain uncompetitive relative to our regional peers. No industrial nation thrives under structurally high cost of power. This administration will accelerate energy sector debt restructuring, expand generation capacity, particularly in renewables, introduce differentiated off-peak industrial tariffs, improve transmission efficiency, and promote embedded generation in industrial enclaves. Energy reform is not optional. It is foundational to Ghana's industrial takeoff. The same applies to water supply for manufacturing. We must reform the water sector and include private sector participation in the supply of industrial water. While interest rates are falling sharply from the highs of about 38% a few years ago, industrialization cannot take off when interest rates remain around 18 to 20%, and lending tenors are quite short-term. We can resolve these challenges by establishing dedicated financing windows for manufacturing, partner with the Bank of Ghana and development finance institutions, develop special purpose vehicles for SME industrial expansion, expand credit guarantee schemes, and deepen long-term capital market instruments. Access to affordable patient capital will be treated as a structural reform priority by this government. Smuggling under declaration, counterfeit goods, and rebagging of inferior products are not minor infractions. They constitute economic sabotage. To stem this tide and protect our fledgling manufacturing sector, we will intensify coordinated border enforcement, treat trade infractions as economic crimes, dismiss and prosecute public officers found culpable, deploy technology-driven customs surveillance solutions, and rigorously enforce product standards. This government is determined to protect Ghanaian enterprises so they can thrive and grow.
Yamakwa be the bandit 100.9. Jumedi friend the Ghana Montier Medin the Mark Jerry OSEI AGYEMAN. And then the 24th day of February the year 2026. February 1966 DSC wa Ghana. Ibinu kra describing as a day of shame. And now meye abantugu eba Menim say no tina awon pepre Kotoka International Airport na ye yidi na free 10 na ya na Accra International Airport. Because at the end say call parliament adi atum. Edina ewo mrani ma ye de call parliament say wo munyintum no. Ghana mrashebe fie wo magye atumu ana. Beba so when you questions are they be doing come because I say ya pere ya ho gidigidi. Ade no so Ghana mrashebe fie ho nyintum. Ana wo magye atumu na me mante. Eye me miti hey. All right, okay, it's your better. Now one of the questions that BBC said 1966 school no. Hey, idea Eddie Bibi Ebreyana. Edem wo ho. And then so ne exactly 4 years Exactly 4 years Russia-Ukraine war. Year 2022 there no. Ejina musa. It's Russia-Ukraine war. You bend in the time ben. Na amasancha me kwa mama for cry dey near. Russia-Ukraine war. And then exactly 4 years. 24th February 2022. Ewiase afana ha aha yen enesen. Yenya nim de fo na ne no ma dwetwe won komo. Ama sancha me kwabena ma afu ne ma me akosu etonam. O ma je obadwa wa ha. Na ada na wo sere. Sere na adre de.
Oh, sere.
Na moyo mo na ma na wie de mo sere am sere ne de.
Oh, yes, oh, sere de e ka adwuma ho. Se wo adwuma mu kra na wa ansede a obedi ah.
Meto ase yo.
Obedi na adwuma na ye de.
Ana me so yo mate.
Sere no ka adwuma no ho. E ma adwuma ni enye bi na ba sere a wo siri. Ama adwuma na ye de.
Ade ya go bo.
Obi tie tie ho se.
Work and happiness.
Work and happiness. Erade me bre wo fia we tie fo na ayofo. Me bre papa.
Omo Facebook, omo hu we.
Catch na camera no any here no.
Omo we Facebook, omo we. Anso omo hu we.
Semo. Yo, okay. Kobi ma che say.
Oh, me to so bra.
Yeah, me say.
Abibi abo.
Nyame adom boko. Yeah, ja be ne die. Kakra. Agosa. Me ma kwa ba.
My Jerry Major Subiu.
Na on to say.
Oh, twedi ampo Nyankopon ada meja. Obi ne kan ye.
Yeah.
Nipa de ne wo pe no. Nya ade a won sa beka. Oh, won sa betimi a o say asa nyame ye we a no asa wo upgrade. See yen ya upgrade o. Ma we mo upgrade ye ma we.
Te say dia wo ken o. Me minya 21 years.
Okay.
Na me pese mi oni me ka.
Okay.
Na me pese na je say me ka at the age of 21 years. Na me papa hwe me din na ga dem say
ade na go through.
Abrante we o say cars na batosi ya no bia no ye wo de o ni ma me ka tro because me ko tu ni ka na me de kopem ye. O say kona wo so kona ko bre na ko pe o de. I was like, I say, what dear? And you move back, who couldn't wear over there. It's a corner copper, dear.
Unya, dear home farm.
Unya, dear. But that time, man,
yeah.
Not before so by 25 years, not can be see me fear. And so our man is
body.
Not ambition is so.
Yeah, but
ambition is so.
Then one was said. Me nature say.
Yeah.
The anya wo dia no.
Enzanka. E just obe pre ho a. E na Nyankopon no kra na e just kwamre mi ntwa wa no a. Nyankopon na kasa no kra no. Ade na ka wo pre ntem no. on ultimate delay later
when he does one
later kra na later no no abe say baby asebesebi o manuche sumina baby ayadwen eni aduro no ene sabe meda me ka nimu a me mfa nkoye te se de anka me de be ye
anka by this time the baby a wasama sort kra
eti yakopon na timi delay no ama bia
for your own good
yes pabna no krepa for your own good true because that time na me timu yam de kakra
Into one will say, I am a cancer. It's just a matter of time.
A matter of time, yes.
It's just a matter of time. I bread. Me teenage.
I na yente bread. What him say?
But I na bread no. Ya na yesu ye fi say delay.
Nipa ni or time my bread.
Debbie,
Nipa ni or time.
Pabna asamna na wo ka no because when him yente we don't understand
how nature works.
We don't understand the universe.
Yeah.
Inti winim ebre no yefo se ebre no da ho sa keke. But then na ho sa keke o. Te se de kwam na wu kan yo. Enne agosu atonam. Enne ya se kwabrama fo na woda. Na enne ya wonyem. Na enne ya wowo na akwada no.
Enne ya wakasa.
Enne akwada no wo na o se bra akwabna basa yenyina ye bedwane efri.
Yeah.
Yeah, me akwada no kwe. So it tells you say time is of essence.
Yeah. My daddy said yes ye akwam kire ne mpa. Yeah. Me ne wo ne etonam. Na less. Ye so ye nsem. Ye muni. Abompaya 6:51 no. And jampunko 8 o'clock.
Debbie.
Enti first no a ebia empire me bompaye uradi for mami uradi for no. Woni mi nyansa nten no.
Debbie. No, oye na de oni bremo.
Wow. Yese odana sade etewa. Na wade nyame ase.
No agya mpa
na obi ntumi nsesanya.
Debbie.
And na de waka so obeye no. It's just a matter of time. And one say obeti nature say.
That's right.
Since you pese to a huntumi stop it. Ewia so opese oba huntumi stop it.
Yeah.
Etre say tumi ni kuta obi. Nti ese wunya abotre ema no. Na ya na nipa wure free no. Ma jare ya no pay. Na bobo nsem so.
Nsem de me buru bi so na me be buru nso.
Na wo bobo bi so. Custom officer no. Wa ye den tin yapam no.
Oh, custom officer no ma ina free o commissioner general.
And na me say oye den ka kire me. Oye den. Ne letter no way.
Me enu ne be ba.
Kan letter ne na me say.
Me ba jo.
O de kan letter no.
Pabre be kumi o.
Ma jari.
Yes.
Me wi ase a me wo no. Sama ka tell o say. Sa wo ti sa me ku o ba bia. Na injustice. Anase ma jari ye wa hai.
Yes.
Na father upon to me ni bi hu ama. Say when I was say so we need FM. Na o pese to me no a father upon ama no. Ode ha asa wonsa no. O pese we gina to me no so. Na wo de suppress obi a o wa ha. Ma jari me no ntwenda.
Yeah, I understand you.
Me no ntwenda say wo pese to me na ye de ama no. Say o ka say Alex nna no wa na. Wo metchira o bebi ewia.
Aye.
Wo Alex e man opa branajo. Branajo anajo nso bra 12 e bo 4 anu apon. Oba 12 na wapon 4 obetena ha be yeden. Trasa because of ye di tumi ama wunti. O pesa wo kire Alex say
Uwo tumi. Enye kra.
Ya di tumi ama na de bia me ka say akukọ ni ni bonsa na ne wura fi akroma.
So we di tumi be hunu obi.
Akukọ ni ni bon say tamu ato force ndu port ho. Say custom officers ya said you wo si kasa kire wo mu te say jamu wono na wuwo mu omo atete wono no sabi senya dibra enka bi wo hokura nya wutipa ni omo in terms of age in terms of but na me crampo in the first place Majari transport minister away
honorable lipe oba
sa asem na esi ye no hwan na nkase so okoho port woni ade no enya transport wasem
okay port ni ade no eye transportation ase na emum emu sika gigye ne de eye finance minister
na eye sika gigye asem na esi wo
sa asem na esi na yesu obi wi aye sika
nte de ba esi wo no hwan na se so okọ
eye sika asem ne de ebe finance minister
sika asem no a wote ye no wote no sen
ote sen krofo bi wi aye sika
sa track no a wo mo che ye no
na efire he
Majani sa track no bone be na na bone be na na waye
Kwabene what the mama can letter na appointed
sir Majani
yes
nipa ba ko a wo hu ne ho aye obia nwanwa including NDC ministers MPs chief executive officers nipa ba ko a ne ho aye wo mu nyina nwanwa aye ato forcing ai ato forcing wa shoki obia Majani wa shoki obia including the ministers no a sisi are saying
ono
say wo 1 2 praises enyom no te say de wo pe forget it
mama de omo kan sa na tie de
Majani me say say 1 2 praises na wa mbo appellation amfa ama no o ministry no what one mo na yapam
really
what na ya boss bo na minister we wo ya dan minister we wo ya dan
eso na sika te say ko na ko
what one yapam ai omo ntumi meka o masem o ete say ye ne ayete
yeah
Majari wo bi afi asem wo ho but ye kura no
yeah
ne kabre na enso ye tamu a second wo foriata
yeah
Majari na metano
there be now ntano
sana mentano but sa time no MPP fo no atini yi wo mu se jama be peso wo wuntam na medi na de me kan ye duru baabi no
on beti ase
enye wono ani ministers ne MPs na sorry
mako 80
good the same thing will happen to Ato Forcing the same thing Majari market on the wall
really
the same thing will happen to Ato Forcing
anopa ne be kan say obi nim number o mo friend so ntie ye wa anti ogusu tie
ayentem dodo for now there obia enkasa omo kura no ministers no bebre work to sama no aka
yeah
omo ankasa ena de omo tipempem omo ankasa ena omo pese omo ye relevant say omo ye bibi omo ankasa ena omo ayi omo hu pro bono o pese oyam ye hu say owo good but omo bre and omo ankasa ministers no sometimes ayi omo wanwa say nipa ye ne temra se bedefie ye ne noa na koba ye ne noa na ye bibia bomu ena ne pa de ohun ya ese wonim ye ni
sana de na koye
ai ohun ye ni a atu hu ye pa ase onim wo mu
ana finance ministry ana bibi o ho ana am say finance ministry wo de
se me de akoye aduro
se me de mani bubu a owura ba redu
ya ba redu ena ne ye bonu bia na ni dim pepa da even temaport
we your friend say your papa ya na ye de your friend no man to mo kan owura kwasi botwe
Majari ukota temaport ukota temaport nne finance minister ni din pepada
ewo
ho ye kojo ban ready
yes it's true
media sana me nko ho minim ho yes ubehun se kojo ban ready ono nko a drive no se ni nika o se ne sengret no apie ho mumu aban no why wadawroma mumu aban no na because of dibre finance minister majani nadini ya no say baby a wedru sisi ano wahu baby a to force wedru sisi ano Kofi Kinata ne nyumbi an say so obiti nsuo ho na o hai wonum ne wi no na o haya na adini peja no kosra na natini ya ne si we the most high Debbie
sana ye finance minister really
the most high ankasa ewo ho ono owo ho
na me so se bia na ade no so no oman si kasam so hwe no
man kasam ntirew se me sadie ekeka koya wa akoko ni ne bonsa na ne wure fi akroma akoko ni ne bonsa na ne wure fi akroma onke kanko me say dade akura ebu dade majari dade empo ebu it's just a matter of time
okay
eya bre hey minister say one there say per president yedi anti
na eya no kreso per president
majari politician ben na wo politics ya onni enisuade hunu say
obenya enisuade hunu obedi president that is correct it is a me ticket
but
menya na me see you
memfa sa when enisuade hunu no en suppress wonu anom nso ewo vision wo majari
kwabna wo kansama no pay yo
majari me say
wo kansamo
enfa wo when enisuade hunu say wo pese wo yesi wo wa hanti Upe enuonyam pe ewo fada anim na ye ne ayaka no nso anka ye nso ye pe sa dibre ni bi no wo de be suppress yen obi anu a obeka o
obi
eya mikro yada
na abeka
na meka
o kan sama no pe yo
ndc mpp te so yasime ya ndc ni ndc nso ba ye fiti last week ya Randy Abe majari adia da ho no a ho
ese ye can play
customs ho no a wo koye eni se de mameka
krata no
eni dibra when na finance minister how many years
mameka krata
what kura 8 years obekọ woni wo mu kasa te se wona wo mu o so wo mu ye wo ma o aduma wei a eba ye majari yakoche track Yes, track no 85 million Ghana cedis ayi na wom national security mu na mo kwache ye national security mamoma mebra kakra munya investigation emfa ho anampo de yempa committee no ntina se eba ne sen na sa track
no the contract no yen establish every tema porto
look at this
every Togo Togo border ne so
look at this
eti enoama no yatu ni din say goods in transit ne kire say oman bi so noama na yede be fa ye manyumo akọ enti enoama no eko nije enti
boni bia nim o
debi eko nije
boni bia nim
winim kwabna me kan say national security coordinator so no say papa no
o majer me ne kasa media me no kasa ibisa no
good
enra na me bisa ne say chief track no amatie no ene nsemu e batabata ho no enwo so kwabna nyabotre kakra na ye yansusemu
okay
ye wiya ye safata bia no ye be mamate
all right
and the okan
no
yes o see afeni yate ye gusu ye yansisemu de ebesi bia no mema mo ate
kwabram yembreki we enfamet ye for tracks eye 12 na o mo say wo mo che no ekura enoama no eye enoama eko Niger tracks ene nso eye ye Togo border no so baby a ye frɛ ho akanu wono tracks ni to 1:18 p.m. Abna me ma time because national security for craft frame evidence be or ye betim the amount 1:18 p.m. and a tracks in the 2 year on the 16th of February 2026 every akano ebe pass it through Dabala na pass it through Techimai baby a tracks no ebe free o my Ghana mu no eye kulungugu wonim kulungugu wana bomb kwa groma bomb no to ye no wo se kulungugu hon de na che se wo mu wura mu wo Burkina ho na wo ma gya mu de ama eye Burkina customs officials no na wo mo so monitor se no ama no betima koduru he Niger
okay
kwabena asechire ni nyina ne se ye ka goods in transit yentua duty ewo so at the moment ye beka se no ama we ye goods in transit because ye Ghana yes ye no ama betima kwakofu obi man so wa
anya se ye niama betumi ye niama fa kwafo man
so ba it goes in transit there yentua duty ewo so na mom eye handling charges any administrative charges be
excellent
ena wo betua etie fo mo tie nsem ni ye pa o empanfo so tie ye na kwabena bill of entry number no enu nie 80226125039 mi sisu biem bill of entry number 80226125039 officer in charge kwabena mi didi tuga custom officer na oye in charge your friend 2IC Joseph Menu eti ye papa ye bisa muni mobi a your friend no Joseph Menu
good Dabi majari say ye nim obi a your friend Joseph Menu or your custom officer
why you ben good what they ben yan ya bone kra se mo
why den
what they we kra de yan ka bone
go aye duma no
good papa dey
say na ni din da so say wono na wo
say
good so I want again
they make a kra men ka so obi e di bone o
meet you
obi e di bone men ka so obi e di bone
meet you I'm exactly listening
that's right it's a custom officer no ye in charge our share says tracks yi be gura no your friend 2IC Joseph Menu or your principal revenue officer examination officer ewo ayiku ana eye ye wo bi a ono officer na ye wo bi a your friend no ayiku Charles tay ono na issue insurance bond edema traxi kwabna insurance bond no te aze insurance bond ne say goods in transit no ebewuro man ni mu a wo no yanyiwu ni anhwa na wo di goods no eno amana kwa akofa asebu akwan na wakwa akoyi ewo baabi ite ba sa na ye chiwa say insurance bond no e de atu tiri so
good
it goods in transit no ya the insurance bond betu witiri so na ya monitor ya track wa akopim se no ma ne be from man ni mu na ya sa track ya akopim se no ma ne ko akodu baabi ete se ye de the destination san koduru kwa sa insurance bond na da witiri so no ya de be charge you na eno na womo eye Charles Tay Ayiku ono no o issue insurance bond no
ono so say ye na juma pepe
that's right
good
kwabine na the woman say winim icons for the trackers ebo tracks ni nyina
good
eno na no wo de trackers say tracks no emfa asabu akwan it is wo mu kokoduru border no so no mu wura makwa na ye trackers na Burkina your friends say customs for so no de abobo no ma track de ko
internet say I come si no na duma ye de ama na se onye se
e ye land borders no so no so say comes na nya we pe na
ono so ye ne de pepepe e de bon ho e ma track ya beduru bebi asase ekro mo metie o
na pabene ya fa sem ni bi nsi
ma tani me pese me hunu se enti I come si o wani o adia no obi aye
Brigadier General Glover Ashon ono na no ye Commissioner General Customs ono no mo pam na free was here no
o se wa ye den
okay eno ne ye bi say
good ya pam no
ya pam investigation bi ehun say okan bi ena saade we course so
na eno ama ne nso no na jari de course no o ka se bibi course a
na ta se obi boni ana okay
omu ye no a ebesen akoba bi asase akro no
wo mo koto se na track no omu yi no ama na
ana se omu awia bibi mu ama no maji atum se goods in transit eye na duma pepepe enfumsuo bi anim bibia wombia obi ayisiw ne de enti 85 million Ghana cedis ya tax ya yesi wo mawia no ewei Nigeria wei enti papa no ayakoyi na die ne kedanso ai kumsi ayankobo na sanua mu ya yan crucify wonum no what is it port wonum a wode mirika koye woduru wonum a ana woma wonno ye atu kronkron ma awurade ya wokoduru wonum a wakwatentia nkofo mpanimfo atese won na wo mu no wo munya na dan wasi wo munya dan ade na wo munya papa na ya pam no ya pam no sede
Brigadier General Glover Ashon Commissioner General mama kan letter na de foforo na ba no enu ni letter ni mama kan letter no o say letter we dated 23rd February appointment as acting Commissioner Customs Division Ghana Revenue Authority. I write to inform you that His Excellency the President of the Republic, in accordance with Article 1951 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 16(1) of the Ghana Revenue Authority Act 2009 Act 791 as amended, has appointed you as acting Commissioner of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, pending receipt of the constitutionally required advice of the governing board, given in consultation with the Public Services Commission. Let's just wait to who's the governing board and for advice in the mind. Your appointment takes effect immediately. 3. In this role, you will be responsible for providing strategic leadership and operational oversight of the Customs Division, including revenue mobilization, trade facilitation, border security, anti-smuggling operations, and enforcement of all customs laws and regulations. You are expected to work under the supervision of the Commissioner General of GRA to strengthen institutional integrity, enhance efficiency, and ensure strict compliance with applicable laws and international best practices. His Excellency expects that you will discharge your duties with the highest standards of professionalism, integrity, and accountability, in line with the government's commitment to transparency, revenue assurance, and institutional reform. Kindly signify your acceptance of this appointment in writing within 7 days from the date of receipt. Callistus Mahama, PhD, Secretary to the President, Mr. Aaron Kanu, Custom Division GRA Accra. It is a new person our band friend, Mr. Aaron Kanu.
My dear one was saying,
yes.
Osa I come see. Yera neck dance. Da ubenya no. Aha, ubetumi ebisa no. I say menene te say jano oba. Ba ye taso. Menini taso pa yetumi yaka. Because me pese o ya ade a ubeye ni yie na yenye nuonyam wa ade a wo ye no menka se nek danso aye bibi na se ade no nya yankata so but a selfless person wetu no ho ate se wo besom ne man ekwan ye fa so aye digito edeboa oman majari se wo se nek danso nko contribution through icons ya edeba wo mayi mu a se yaka se on cast enko back on se contribution a wajeje amu oman no a de besi ena majari nya contribution keto
okay
etre se opese osom ne man enti se BBC na se ne duma no a wo ye no opese wo makna ma ni din bone na wo de ahoma sen no nwa na mubu nkofo a ewo pepa se wo mu besom wo man no mubu wo mabem se custom officer no asem na esi ye no initially major over the weekend hey kwabra na wo papa no ye se ai kumsini na me se munya abotre enti ya ne da wo kana me se wo de yenya abotre na yenya details ni ye because one sha no akopepre wo ho no akoka asem bi atufo simirika wode call ho no no sisi ai waya transport minister wasaya defense minister and wasaya finance minister womun fa ministers ni nyina sanka no ho no wonfa womun fa ministers ni nyina ma no wonfa
bebawo enkomoi na yeboi Samson Asaki ya Wingobit Importers and Exporters Association Executive Director Osi opese okebi
nkwanso amamenka masemu
amanka masemu yo
wode ma no mbrem
man wode na de echi ya wo
na wode ya be na me mo nam
ya editing information de aka no kra me se me fa ba biem because me kra me sense me sense echire
me a wotimi ya fa me so
na mom kwabena information ba ko a me de beba ene se enoma na ye kan kra eye hwan dia enoma ye kan
good
eye hwan edia
good
hwan and what did he mean Papa, what did he mean how did he mean
majari
yes
who cannot say adia na ye tie ye no
body BSc some kwada me kan body by so
normal
routine and the baby say hwan dia okay hwan ye frɛ no Adamu Mumuni Mumuni okay I'm say yanka no Mumuni na nya kama
wunnim
Adamu Mumuni okay eti adia no na eye boni bi wo koto se da bi ye bisa wo koto se no ama no na wo yi na eno ama na kwose ba bi a wo mu edi dwa wo mu yi
majani national security there wo maduma ne se ya team information bi a
no me intercept
o yes o mbedu mirika ko but wo mu ko ye no enkasese wo mu nya botre man national security ni ye nhwehwemu
asema
fa ho ansa na bibi wo mu a o ma ba be ka atre yen
asema meka ne se saade we na koso abetodwa se Ghana ye 85 million Ghana cedis na kanipa bi yia a finance minister e de abetu ye ne mo no momi ye hwe ne ye na saade we amfa anim guase ye amfa amere yen asema meka ne ye
85 million Ghana cedis no ono ye arrive to that no
na amfa anim guase amere yen
adia ne nam port en wan ka se wo mu yi niama no na akumsi ye nipa bi ye kanana transit ye mo daada dwumadi amudie na wo ba bese akọ ne baabi yate ye nhwehwemu normal routine ayi a wo mu ye enti ye mu wo mu nko
president of Ghana
ka wo de call hwonom no port hwonom a majari and mama sakia be last one
no ye there
majari wo mu aye di brama wo mu no police fo customs for immigration for a soldier for prison service for say Monfo obuo ni anidie ma wo mu o. Na ebre ye ni nkaso.
Okay. Mame kwa amano so Samson Asaki ya Wingo Bates. Ewa amano so. Asaki mache.
Mini ebe ma mejesu mi je ati fo na fo ina. Na minim se ko na ma fo Tenga knowledge on Jumana ya no.
Me cry just say mama na cry dey just say.
Oyo internal consultant.
That's right. Na bibia boko.
Adum me Bible me hoye.
Yeah. Good. Who says san komo ikura no me no ehase na yegure mo no. Samson, most of you importers and exporters so. Mo de no amaba, mo de no amako. Yeka goods in transit. Munim said it here. Sad ye we ya cost no mudi mani di chira send it to them out. Samson Asaki.
First and foremost, on say enura be that sorry mo frame na yedin combo. Na yedin kiton concerning the same set issue no. I was also hard and said I'm giving all my length and my support to the minister and the government so that we block all these loopholes. Okay, pa.
Yes.
My main samba of PD number of Mr. Bibiera, Mikasatiero, and after my interview with you and other network stations, no, my year should move from Enura Bedu and Apawe.
Okay.
Make sure say our Minister of Finance was completely misled.
The Minister of Finance was misled.
Was completely misled.
I just said completely cross and come.
I.
Really? Aden Aukasa.
Now, if you don't take care, I didn't go to but yeah, man. First and foremost, there was no crime committed.
Sir?
Transit regimes. It is just a procedural order that you could say was broken. One, the Nipano fa goods no free to go transit. Na omo say now what they call transit to Nigeria. I don't know I'm fat Benin from Benin, but to so I call different saying Niger. But you rather want to come back to Ghana. Young fan says the Nipano Grana said you wanted to commit the crime. At this juncture, there was no crime committed, according to my investigation. The procedural error that the committee was, what was it? In those days, no, the yet transit in Kagwa. Yeah. Okay, first, he can come through Ghana legally. He didn't commit crime by coming through Ghana. When he decided not to go through Niger to Benin to Niger, to let him put that fact in place. That using Ghana corridor is part of our transit regime. So they didn't commit crime by coming through here. They will be doing say, now passing through Benin to Niger and passing through Ghana to Niger, which is shorter. That one is left onto the business owner to decide. Number two, the trucks came through our border, and of course, in the previous regimes, can I say fiscal escort. Say a little transit among the custom officers, a bit more nim, a bit more back to make sure say car beyond and branch and cover beyond. That's for additional security. The number one main security is say because I have transit cargo, I say I'm for insurance bond, and that is why they have to take that bond from state insurance.
Yeah.
SIC. Now say a bond values no a year. You can only raise the bond values. What they are saying. Quite apart from the bond values or the bond to cover the cargo, no. That is our number one security. The number two security is say you give them fiscal escort. And that fiscal escort was replaced by the tracking device.
Yeah.
Now tracking device also Obi bia ko fast nyane and ko fast say ada do kumata yira and do nkra na yira. Even if it will branch, it will give a signal to our system that this track is branching, this cargo is going here. And so, maybe they might pick intelligence and say, this importer, most at times, Medinema Koha, no Kofaha, until let's lay surveillance. So I can say, our security did not help us. That's not how to lay surveillance. You should have waited until the cars divert, start offloading, then you arrest. There was nothing of that such. And see, government of Ghana, send the Minister of Finance issue mistake say it will be confiscated and look at it it must be confiscated. They must arrest the culprit on board and they must investigate the agent, the free forwarder, and if any uniform officer, but look at it, that be being inside CN. And so we just put the whole country into hot temperature. Everyone was alarmed, including myself, and I'm sure that His Excellency the President to mislead him because I don't need to say I'm paying to Obufupa. So we put our uniform men, especially the custom, on the certain distress that we needed. It is needless. It shouldn't have happened. Whoever have done that arrest should bow his head in shame. Because you could have get advice that, okay, what we can do is to relook into the values that was given, that he took the bond to say, no, the value that was given is lower than what we are seeing. So you must raise the bond. He can only raise the bond. And in case the goods got lost, got diverted, Ghana government will lay on the bond and collect the duty. Remember I say, transit cargo is not for consumption in Ghana. For that matter, he did not pay goods and pay the duty. He only have bond so that if the goods have gone, we will get the insurance to pay the duty, the said duty to the state. That is what can be done. But to say there was a suit and there was a diversion, if you go to court, we will lose. The gentleman in question will win. I don't even know him. As you people, it's not that people have mentioned his name. In my investigations, I want to know, was there any crime committed? And I spoke to seasoned freeporters, I spoke to seasoned officers, I spoke to seasoned people, and look, all is pointing that there was nothing, absolutely nothing. And I can tell you without fear of either that the Minister of Finance goofed big time. He goofed big time, and he knows. When he came, me Asake, many Peki, of Abuzuka, Master, we are your people. We are in the port. Be prayer. At least prayer. And now at least you should have even have by now some former seasoned custom officers to be his technical people. If something of this sort happens, you will take your time, allow those people to go in and bring the report. In fact, in other situations, you should even allow his deputy minister to go and shout out. Then he will then come and do damage control. But from what he has done, I will be surprised if by now the goods have started leaving Ghana to its destination. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. Yes, there's nothing there. There is nothing on it.
It's not just a briefing. And yet, finance minister, and also no finance minister name or Dr. Kasalato Folsen. A prayed no. Or jump into hasty conclusions.
Or pray he was misled, and I want to advise. We have seasoned custom officers, we have seasoned free forwarders, we have seasoned. I'm 11 years in the industry. I told you I went there, up to now, say you want to minister, you don't trust me. I'm want to take Ado, take Ado, and I was okay. Yeah, you should minister. I said yes. We got to be for frame. Can make frame. I know what is happening. This is what is happening. Check and give me feedback. I have people everywhere to give me very reliable information. I can tell you, government of Ghana cannot confiscate it. And the embassy, the country is going to Niger, and I'm sure we have Niger embassy in Ghana. The ambassador will have to step in and get their goods to go. There's nothing. No crime has been committed. The only crime is infractional crime, procedure error, which I said that custom used to use fisk after taking the bond as first security. Second security is to give an eye on keep an eye on the goods till it exited by using custom officers. And for some years ago, custom officers through escort have had accidents. Some legs have been amputated, and others have been what your friend Clement or your Katinani. He was one of the escort and long room. They will take guns and escort patrol cars and escort the goods. On your accident, completely he become disabled. I'm not even sure if they remember he's still alive. So they realized that no, the free foreigners agitated when this was coming. Then as we brought in SIC, they will say, okay, then we bring in the tracking. That was how the tracking came. And so when the electronic tracking came to now replace the physical escort. So if you say there was no escort, was there tracking device on them? Yes. Were they on their route going? Yes. Was there any diversion? No. Was there any transact gone missing? No. There was nothing like that. They were going in if you like, you can put it that they were going in batches or whatever. The vehicle engine capacities, the strength of the vehicle are not the same. So some would never leave others behind. In fact, even one of the trucks was just around our Dunya coming. Some were buying fuel, some were at Akano and others. There was nothing untoward. Our Minister of Finance was completely deceived.
It is something. They are working. All right. So they are working as a Sunday here. Then your baby say, how are we going to amend a mess ya yekriti? Say if what you are saying is true.
So first and foremost, government to come out to say that there was no crime committed at the time the arrest was done. Two, that the Minister of Finance to come to apologize to the uniformed men and women because he has put distress on them. When to say that they are negligent or they connive to commit that crime when there was no crime committed. And then four, to put up measures in place and to always rely on, if he doesn't have technical advisors, I don't know, he should have a technical advisor. He should have a technical advisor. A uniform officer, citizen uniform officer. Look, you see, the job is about operational. So if you have someone giving you information who is not on custom operations, the seasoned preventive officer, seasoned chief revenue collector, like, yes, and Papa, acting commissioner, I can't know, I'm congratulating no. A very fine gentleman, seasoned custom officer, operations guy. In fact, I was told at some meeting say, when he's sleeping, you ask about any classification of vehicles, he will be able to tell you. What I say. So you need operation guy to advise you. It's not everybody who wear uniform roaming there is understand the way the system works. Look, ne amanda ba frono almost 3,000 containers a year. Our have okay that issue no.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, no, there was even more than 10,000 or 10,000 containers was at the port. Now, containers you're tracking some Chinese people are milking. Question is, who was the contractor? Why do you go and arrest an agent? You should look for if say ECG majority contract. Yeah, did they pre-advance you? What were the terms of the contract? Say it come out. Now, what was the term? The term says that would the name of free man obey to my port, or would the name of free man would the better to a port, or let the name of do yet my warehouse before I pay you. Say name of one to have capre. Now you put a fan of the to a port, but you never know you never jack on here. Third party still or your interest on the cargo, and you get more value or better name. And so, please, I want to advise the government. You know, I supported the government. I supported because I'm an answer. I use my party to campaign very adequately for the government. I wouldn't want the government to fail or to goof. Please, I mean, for this opportunity to appeal to them, especially those who have to do with trade. Say, be busy, sir. Me waho. Mo hwehwem krampo, mo frɛ me. Me waho. But say the new wasi, baba ye ina, ya ka ye ina. In fact, me so say enura all custom officers could not eat and could not sleep because they don't know who the axe will fall on for no crime being committed. If the account people values that they give them, you realize that no, it is below the belt. That is not the value that's supposed to be. So the bond he paid is low. You can only raise the bond. That's all. Apart from the bond, they can't do the importer anything. They can't do the cargo anything. There was absolutely no crime committed. There was absolutely. And are they challenging national security? Are they challenging Minister of Finance? And are they challenging anybody? They should bring the facts.
Okay. Samson Asaki Awingobet. Anopay. Yeah, that's it. Sir. When you're the quantity, where ya? One more change it.
I'll be happy, sir. You call the finance ministers to ask them, can you eat your cake and have it?
Yes.
Your humble pie. I would advise that call the custom or call GRA.
Okay.
To come out. But I can tell you that tension that was put in us. Next time, minister himself shouldn't go. Send your people. Let them come and brief you. After they brief you, please also do your background check. Talk to seasoned freight forwarders. Talk to seasoned people like Mr. Joe Abada, I spoke to them last night. I spoke to some seasoned custom officers. I spoke to people to get the fact. In fact, yesterday I was also swayed by the way the minister was angry to save the people in Alibu who are saying that no, ministers should not get unjustified say is banning cargo coming from the region. Their job, they sent the petition. Yesterday I intercepted a letter from the free forest in Aflao. Did you see that?
Okay. Samson, as I say, one may change Commissioner General Customs, see, na, as I say, no so my pere woman hoso.
Well, I was shocked that the thing went concurrently. There was a bus, a huge arrest. Minister said, I will take this decisive decision. That was his word, right?
Yeah.
And within less than 24 hours, the heads of the custom is changed. What happened? But you see, as the law says, His Excellency the President, you cannot question him when he wants to bring you and when he wants to exit you, isn't it? So I can ask Mr. President why. But if it's about this, then I would say then they didn't take, that was a premature decision they took. But other than that, unless there's something fishy, unless he's a military man, unless the military camp wants him back to come and take additional assignment, and that is why they brought in a seasoned custom officer. I don't know. I've yet to meet my contract, but as you know, in this country, anytime president hire, he can fire. You can't question his reasons why he does that. And in the letter, they didn't say that the officer was fired. Am I right? I saw the appointment letter, but I didn't see any statement purported to say the previous one has been fired. So I don't know. He's a military man. Maybe they are reassigning him. I don't know. But it's rather this incident. It came at the time that this incident had occurred. People may be pointing fingers. People may be doubting. Is it because of that? They didn't know something about it. But as I said, there was no crime committed. I will employ you to call the Temasete commander, Madam Putaki. I will employ you to call the Commissioner General himself. The Commissioner General also spoke there. When they went with the Deputy Minister, he also spoke there. I will employ you to call the Commissioner General. Find out from him. I will employ you to call the Minister of Finance Communications Director who issued the statement that this is what Asaka is saying. I challenge them to come out to prove me beyond reasonable doubt. That's the truth of the matter.
Okay. Samson, Anope that say so near the como.
Mr. Madam Sipa. Now, catch Minister of Finance say,
yeah,
na only mepa, na our opposition on make the other did come pa. And to say, obey minister, and then I make you 1,000 years, and your friends,
me ya sure so tie pa because dia ya die obwantie kura na ka no be mwa me dance ya no be all right.
The fine gentleman, I support him.
Yeah.
The fine gentleman, I support him. But he shouldn't rush to make. He has a very good track record. I want to protect him.
Okay. Mate. Samson Asaki Awingobeti, Executive Director, the Importers and Exporters Association. Eti komana ne yedi na nyasa na yetia na ne yebie yanum keke Samson Asaki yukra no yade ni hia baabi a yedi komana no so obeka bi Enna wabemu a kwabena
Yes sir
Ade we once asem na kan na ho na Samson ni wie ye no ya nhwe ni ade we di anim guase
wahu
ebebre yen
asam nya da memfa nkwa himfie o asam nya da memfa nkwa himfie na enum wa wo mu be katira ye se containers ya yira wo port no de ne ye kan containers de be dan anya mframa anya pada nti be dan na etumi ayira just like that ade aba yakwa akote ade jaima wo mu a eyi wo mu asede no wo mu nya investigation enfam free ha enfam mesi ha enfam meduru ha nti papa na wo ma pam no in the first place ma jerry wahu debia me ka say once na wo prefunu hu bebre no ya de ne ka hu sie ya wadi mirika hu ekota maport wa so inti dia yanya dan yama no so
usana Asaki ka say eye customs officials no ko hia omkro kan say wo magu omenye ni mase
no wo aye dan
wo ye pesika de ye free SHS na wo mo hwe say sikai amanfo boye kro no Asaki ka say saafo no san ko hia omubiem
no ankopa wo mo no wo aye dan wo aye dan so wo aye ne dan
etesa
wo aye ne dan bone ben wo aye no.
Okay, higher need 100.9 from our Jennifer 0201162746. Na ebrinudu na esa mode ye bo man ya mo famre yo mo de esa mode ye bo man ya kra mo fama
ma jadi opa
okay
opa wa ho
you go dem
defense minister one fa finance one fa yan fa transport nka no ho opa one dia one fa bibia one fa bibia.
All right. Yanko ani me yanhwe agrata no munsem agoza
Mike Jerry
ya wo bere ya ho ha
me de asam no ba ye asam menti na da bia me ka se asam meti asam wa ya menya abotire
yes
meti ebisa asam we ba ye ni ekeka nsi ye ni omabo man ne ka sa na entisa asam be ba da cha koma bi ye me de suro na misuro se sa campaign yi ase no krepa so mo famra kwan so ne ye delay wo mo na mo amfa ho ya nkọ court dia se ne ya ye ne ezia de ya ne yesiu aban no na ye
so yesiu a esafata because wanya wa asem ni na wo ba begu obi nso anim ase just like that onko so a onko a
ensem wo ho
say
na ye timi kan nyina into the higher crown. I told the Quabra young fancy wa.
Oh, and then put the a titbit. You had the manner to forbo. And you had the manner to forbo.
A memo.
Tamwa, my address at 2 forcing. The time on soon. Debbie. Time on soon, ya crack. Wait there. A 0.0001.
When you be keke.
Where there be what there a time. Okay. A time. Bibia one nemre.
All right.
A brand swan.
Young granny man.
Akokona una.
I was here for the Yamfa Daily Guide of Bokrata no na Yamfan Shasiem. Na Daily Guide of Bokrata no ni wase what the can photo Sanford Munyam for Kenoforiata for Yini Abba. Na Kenoforiata
Ekopie. I didn't idea you were special prosecutor so the abehum. Ono so be investigate. Mama me kan special prosecutor.
Ne release or the abano.
Or the release aba.
Yo.
Okay. Radia say mo Ghana. But no many be ho. O say na no pe na me kan say me say. Yes, woman I did to me the mom no. Any woman e just say amanyofo ankasa. So ho. O me ya amanyosem. A wo me di o man anim no. No many be ho a. Aya wo me dim no kura no. A no mo de tetayen. Sa de na enye.
Yeah.
Agos. Enye kura. Sa amanyoni anim no kura. Amanyofo few ones
pen ya no mo
kind of wo mutimi gitum say we die entwa yie
say na ban mu
say na ban mu say ni na ban mu few ones wo mutimi ka say honorable Ahmed Ibrahim baby owo bia mo nchia ne man meti ya medina tema ka o maka akire no honorable Ahmed Ibrahim de enti a me pen na sempa no oye amanyoni bi a time mo opposition no wonim say bitibi bon interview bi na me one question no say hey Major, when mom dear, the outcome mom the way they are no way they am say yes, so yeah, for me. Oh, yeah, wow, few among your phobia. Woman name no cra now, one with to make oh, now bind or be defended. You see? In fact, my main kind special prosecutor on also the statement, special prosecutor, the very mom, yeah, on also on a pair or say a statement. From office of the special prosecutor. What for data? Okay, date in the Bahai. 24th February 2026. For me and the office of the special prosecutor OSP is investigating suspected corruption involving the diversion of 50 20-foot containers of palm oil valued at 25.8 million. The consignment declared as in transit to Burkina Faso was unlawfully diverted into the local market without payment of applicable duties and taxes. The office has identified the involvement of some customs officers, national security operatives, and clearing agents in a corrupt scheme that resulted in an estimated loss of 10.5 million in taxes. The office commenced the investigation on the back of an intelligence-led operation conducted in November 2025. As the process continues, the office remains committed to protecting the public purse and upholding integrity. Yadana say. Omwayen na yenye nhwehwemu no we dey so no aboboso eti oreki se jame we dey yetwe on yedas agos yankwa
abusiafo yemfa daily guide bokrata no na yemfa mbremu na guide bokrata no ani mwase no de wonimonyamfo kin ofuriatamfo nyini aba na ofotusamfo yi abusiafo na asem de yemwasem nim dada se Ghana yehia no waha na fi okopie mu US nsusu no so aso ne pechi na nka opebio awo US nsusu wo mo amfa amma na wo si US court no adinai ne bill ya acha se guide bokrata so ede ho amanebo aba ene anope na guide bokrata no ani ho se no de suspect miensa bi mfonyini aba ne mo we no madane wo mo achi na ne nyina ne se wo mo de wo peka awia pa se ye nwia wo ka ene ye begie fru nsam sisia na eno ene yese de odi wo manim no gang leader no ono de wone bambofo ne de kobo ani ema ono de woto ananom ewonsia do na nipa nan no ena wo sisisia ne de wo mo ewo posifo akache ya achese guide obokrata de ho amanebo aba abusiafo nanu ada ye nka bi hyemu na ye kuafo yi ombebo ya amane se be bosumi na ani akire ni wo mo ayekua na nyame ayadoma kokoo na aba omo aso ade akoma kokoo krache sika no emma ye nti akuafo hyase esunom se na ban sika no wo he ankenka ntete pa sika mono no ba obo se kokoo sika no eno na ema sika mono ba kurom sisi anu sika mono ni nyina yira ama kadada na nti ase no montie ase won pesika tu o school fees on pesika dada mo yi top money mana hyase emunamu wo fie mema no obuso o mo bonyu zi akra no ma no kwado o mo agi kokoo kwayo mu afei na o mo buso aban se nka ja pesika kra bi ma kokoo krachefo yi eje wo mo to ma ye naja nye sika kra bi na wa to kokoo wo chese be boso me nan na usika kokoo krache wa na kokoo krache nsu ntimi nda obeye den enti asam ne ba bontia na bibi fufuro so bebom se sana yesu kopie hu amansan via so a kokoo no ebo na bafom se hu me se asam abafie ene se ebeba si ebete so se ya finance minister se wate bo no so enti bo na wo mote so nka ne no na nka sika no ke number 3000 wasisi aban no number 2000 be 10 million and aban na hwan ya free so enti ba asa na kokuafo no se for the way ye ntiase enti wo mo eye kire na yeche no omo ye no ene enya asem koto mo placard baako ana omo se atrofo forcing ada kokọ akuafo omo cars na ekura omo no baako na daily guide edi aba ha no
say no matro Oze
atrofo forcing ada kokọ
atrofo no when atrofo forcing yeah rade jagopo
enu na guide edi baako aba ha enu osi kokọ akuafo no se wo mo court omo ko nyina ne se aban no ato omo kokọ be abosomi nan ni echi ne wontwi omo kaye enu nkwana nche no wo mo nti ase they can't think far say aban no se wo ti wo mo kokọ buo no so dia ma omo enu so kra no wo mo bonyo so ya se omo so omo di aban no court say azizi ani aye no am se wo mo ni aban no ka no ano ni ano am se aban no kasa no omo kasa no aban no nti azizi and aban no se wo mo ti wo mo di aban no court efa kokọ enti so no odi aban na fezu so be ye mresantini a wato kokọ a wontwi a wo mo kaye no eno ho sem wase aga Democrat ede ho amanebo aba na daily guide Democrat no ani hu ase no se ya che suspect miensa omo so omo do omo fa nyina aba na wedi omo do omo chi na ede aba eno omo se awi na nsen wanwampo minim se afa di omo hye wi ni mu kina o se kan tete na wo mu dua na ye nchi omo se de yo obetisi ya chi wi obeti ya nsi ya chi wi ya chi sa ntizia no ye besi ye betena sia ma obewu se nkrofo mi so ka se ye nso ye nya bi nnom da bi ba ya ma bi ko ka se ezi awi kura ne boa ye de ezi ane de unya bi mpo no wanu mpo no waka se ne boa ye de ezi ye che na we no omoso o mache 156 bills when de enya parcelo ye bills ankasa eze first bill no o mache baako 156 ya omusu se ye wi ti eno so sem wa ase aga Democrat ano ede ho amanebo anyaba se eja nyaba bedu aban no ema ye ti asese Kotoka International Airport obesesa no ampane ni nua ampa wo mo sisi ade Accra International Airport ndi misira so odi hye bi wo mo no obeba ema ne nkoka se obesi Kotoka International Airport ebi obedu ono ni ho Accra International Airport ezia ya asesa no ya atese ga Democrat anso de ho amanebo aba ene anope
mame kwa amano so enra omampanyin ehia stakeholders in the private sector ono omudi nkome hono omampanyin ka say stability does not mean transformation of the economy. It in say ye city stabilize ya economy na stabilize or say no nkyere say ya transform economy because you be transform more na your private sector ya no bebie enwuma de disika e de aba oman mu yenkoi Oracle men Boateng dodo na friend Kabut or your president at the Ghana Union of Traders Association yeno ni nkomo Kabut mache
Omenia mejoso na angom to say
Nyankopa don boko na unso
Nyankopa ma de party en de ebeda na se
ye de Nyankopa se Enra nhyiamudi e koso money Ghana mampanyin emfa so de be na de bremo
Yo Mark mechia watiefo na mama munyi na action na mada itfm so as opportunity or the amami sanya yin na yin no ampanra o mampanyi otononsa efre the private sector na is part of Nikita Hudia one omemuni na ebedi omayeti asese after this no oni CSO bedin komo farmers bedin komo labor union ono bedin komo na waji obia ajentre sene be ya omay no ebe konenim na enra no mampanyi eka ensem bebre edifa omay ho ene ehyeyen so a oyegu akwan mu a ebeboa the private sector because in say the private sector no senator biayeka no is the engine of growth and the private sector no entimi ankoso a say oman no so no entimi nkoso oman no ebegina bebia ejina Enti omaye tiatie say yedi kan create a dedicated financial window at the manufacturing, because obianim say industrialization is the way to go. Now industrialization is so ebekoswa in here a lot of factories are a bit me a manufacture a nema na yetimi I export to a b na ama isika no so emo ayeden emu ayedru na ni nyina so bekoswa ebehia sika yedi ebeye sa adwuma no eni ntoma panyi ma yeti atie say create a dedicated financial window be at the manufacturing senior on pesika on binya sika ehun esi ho no ye de ben ebewo fam na won dia se onwuma ama onwuma so ayeden etimi akoso efise nura no o mampanyi ka se wie ye no na ohwe questions eba metima ka say about 80% of the questions ni nyina no na a border on finances bia ehia sika e di ayeden e di ahyena dwumam na yenyina yinim se wom se lending rate abafem kakra de and so still no yehunu se e was soro because currently no unhia sika yes lending rate abafem kra no is about 22%. But Oko sub-region, maybe it's the Ivory Coast, one lending rate is about 6%. Oko Senegal, one lending rate is about 8%. International still, lending rate, I will double digit, na there, na I was through. And it's your man Penyama say, or Bebo Modea, no create that opportunity, at the private sector. Na yetimi ayeden enya ikabia ho ebe wo fam kakra ti o kan say that bank ya your friend development bank ya ti obehwe na onwan hye bi na yetimi enya cheap credit e de ebie enyumam afenso no o mampanyi ka say sa kitahundia oni edi oboni be ka say enya 9-day wonder obekoso na abrem nyina no oni enya senkita hodie na kenyina no yato adwen na ya hwe kwan ya ye bi nyina ebe faso a omen ebekọ nanim enti no basically no de metima ka se we ni ade a ekọ so o se yembo so se economy no baby a abedui ye nyina no ye ka se eye ma oman no nenso no beta se ebekọ nanim more enti nyina no yemmoa na because yesi yensomo no eni nipa enti nyina yemmoa na se ebe ya oman no ebe tumpon oman ni tumpon a the private sector no yenso ye ho beto yen ama the entire citizens no also onwan ye den on atom enti Nemani de okeka be expansion of irrigation because Osho man be to Ghana na itimi fiha eco fat tomatoes a desert country like Burkina Faso na ye hwe ne eco to ye nua no madwadifo ya na nsen ya na chese yade a na hadwen enti irrigation yade a eno nso no oka ho asem because se say ye nyina yenim say we are the weather no asesa da ese nsuo to no nsuo to da won expect say nsuo beto no na nsuo ato enti wan kasa no wan tra am plan na won create condition bi a ebe boawo na obetimi de aye bebi ti say agrika na eno nso no ebe ha adwen kakra enti no o try say irrigation ade a ombe den ombe expand no na etimi ayeden etimi aboa ena afenso no enema bi bebre wo a Ghana to say your production e kosoro enti e kosoro dia e take advantage of it. Now it mean Ghana a hope. Now it mean export to any man in volumes at least it mean Franco Europe within the sub-region, you know. It mean ma day a coho because your capacity you bet me the day, you bet me at the approval. So it means that any meaning in a beboa or mine. And mark basically no sang comodian and ra also.
Na in summer your man penny can and rakwana no pano near Kebi or Hani teach the worker a year utilities. And you know, Makania eka isuoka said ye was so. Emma can say 24-hour economy of my penny cradia tomorrow. Ordinance asasi a parliament adia to me. Ain't to me, Yana nine so a bra and Yamakania cat near the Indian and never cost over memo. Which assurance for my penny can ye? I was half fan who a cabby bitch them say there will be a positive way
because the cost of utilities and that yes, cost of utility, that water and electricity.
Yeah.
Even the trade minister Krano, I can watch them. Emma or can say because of the high cost of utilities in Intino, and I'm saying visiting some factories be na obekono na ebia some of the factory lines, you know, na on shutting it down. And the balance na production I go from the nina happen as a result of high cost of utility charges. And on my penny, I can say, and so on beshe na on my body IABB I found because of this high cost of utility charges, you know, sometimes I am not factories maybe all close it down, not all relocated.
Am I for frosso?
Yes, within the sub region, yeah. And you know, and also on Beshe na on why you be the at the I found send a utility you know because the utility you know a cost row production cost no so then a cost row and therefore more producing near mana on to me then on to me and tongue.
And to me, meet the market space because of a buono. Ghana, yet the woman, not a boy, a dane, a chain, the abba.
Very good. Now, over the crano near ABA, Okofesi, Amanon, at the
yes, yeah.
Not the buono, a dane.
Oh, from
a scene near why day, ya producing our Hasino. And Tinino, Mampenica wants them. Going forward, no. Also on the name of Bigua Quemo, now on addresses those challenges. No.
Na Ghana man penye Obibeka say or ye realist when it comes to the economy. Said you can say and nature baby inflation down. Exchange rate you know baby and also da ye can stability. And the baby address stability na can no. Just economy no a boost too. But what I say stability no doesn't mean say that transform the economy. Such a statement from the president you know more and more the private sector most economy is in so. Kamu no kure ye na de kire yan na.
Oh, make maka say o mampanyi e kamu no kure na o de kire na. So nka obi a nka beka say once I achieve economic stability no, why then? We because no one Ghana for ye then. But one can say o so your kan no, o can say we achieve stability there, but that is not the end. As I said, or twato na oye the ahwodin no more day. A shame. Sunny Abaya, you don't say yes, ampa. The stability na ya chibuno, and yet a 9-day wonder. That's what China Crown say, even the not buying this to not to be for Crana and the background. And must say, you better acco, you got them, Sunny at Tieno. Na Yabeka said, rather no, we are moving forward. Senya beya Ghana opiana oti o memu ha no oye adwuma no ne ho beye den ne ho beto no na eso mfato no I translate the citizens of this country.
Now Mosha sa indicators here are positive more impact ben e dia bre mo businesses exchange rate inflation any other indicators are it looking positive.
Mark, also time biara no say microeconomic indices no say a year positive the business community no etimi make projections and ultimately see then ultimately so a plan because say base and exchange rate fancy bia asem kana me dey come e dey exchange rate 10 cedis ade every no na exchange rate na 12 cedis ade every bio no na exchange rate na 13 cedis emma as a businessman no ultimi nya den ultimi plan na ultimi so enye projections and also some international price price commodity prices and so until once they say they achieve that stability no say maybe the next 2 months or 3 months senior exchange rate it no sana it gives you the chance to plan. And I know the idea is very, very important it's good for businesses because money, like I'm saying, you can plan. You can plan your business. But if the economic indicators, they are all positive, it means a point, planning, projections, and so. My prices is here then, and so stable.
Okay. Na ya kan say wosha goose a buy memo. And nay what the to ho but Chinese for one more ba, Lebanese for one more ba, one more ba be compete monoma locally yenemo etihei. Sadly, any idea be might draw the attention of the trade ministry because being car say obi mau memo investor be mau. But nipane bano and the kind of competition said the year k on the mind so lending rate to a single they get ya mano ya man loan kufu in semuki to ebi or the baby born a human wa. Yes, we hey aqua ebi production cost said the year. Sadly, any idea be might draw the attention of the ministry, especially meeting Amukoi.
Mark, now can the no credo and idea me as the president of Gutano, Medicain Patron Kata, and the command the trade minister no say Yamra woho regarding the foreigners in retail space, in say Emrano, Emma Hokwain, Emma Ahono, Emma retail a business. And unti ena your task force na you try as much as possible that you debate sanitize the retail space na task force now one year juma ena 2024 election then a buy 2024 I think October ena task force is jai a juma a year ena yede koto aba ena new regime Abba. New regime by as I say, one na only a total or Niema and Sana, Yabebo, Sadi and Swa, Yade, Yaboso. And I thought, only 1 year, 2 months, which is enough time, as I say, one continue with that Ejumano. And to be 1 month, me, I'm sure, let's say, at the command the trade minister, and say it's about time. As I say, the tax force, reconstitute na yedi a juma. Me de letter no command I think 2 weeks later, me nya opportunity. I sign in share 1-on-1. Me sign a retreatee letter na me dia brand. Also jitu musampa ne saka that letter no nti ogusua all year mo juma. Just last week, the chief executive of Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Eko Kushiae, regarding Sa Asemia, also Ejitu Muse, also is in touch with the trade minister. as soon as possible, someone reconstitute task force, now won't sanitize the market. Because, Mark, as I say, the way an MSC coffano, Tempany 4 and fire 9 and Stifem, na Emrano, or fine Juma. I can tell you within the next maybe 5-6 years, young citizens will be thrown out from the retail space. They say, who fear crana na obi ball gate. Obako bino na enipano Pakistani, Indiani, na okra, blender, any home appliances. Niama, was you, made the baby flu, what they 2 months, na baba Jimmy Sika. They say no, your money pano quanquano about market, yet the name of Tuano, I wouldn't fee. And Nina is against the law. Oh, sana yem paying for atrawa and magalam say, I jinsem ama your body what is Nina headache, Nina, I say, as I say, you're fighting galam say. Time I starting kakrano, and I can pay for, I don't want to see them, and I can fight ya, and can me do baby Edry. So, sir, foreigners in retail space, say yen good akrana, a brandy a bread overshare, na ya the manner saying some, because it do baby nation at the penny for, and from running your juma, na ya the manner saying some, na ya am backing on closure of shop. A banner and you're going penny for quickly, no one fret, no one here transit. Now, at the attack force, assign I day, I juma. So, and may take this opportunity out there, mammy, Nama Pele to the trade minister and then Ghana Investment Promotion Center. I'm strong. And then no ya one more than attack force, yen constitute na yen fa ensijum na yen sanitize it, your market, near answer or ye jumo market in I see in few. Oh, a brandy a bring in you will lose who satisfy within the act, which may trading. And until the shops like Melcom, Maxmart, ShopRite, only I them because on are satisfied what they have to do and on enter the retail. Pastor Baba Makola, not Chinese ni, a probably 2x4 shop. No, so back no, Nico Many no, a be near man bako. I told no dear, Mark, na and Chay. It's a company for the one share. Nambrana, one cast on Yansemuno, 1 year, say they protect the indigenous, Yan Fanya Juma. Now you sanitize market, now you see a day, you won't enjoy. And yes, they are. And like I said, the next 5-6 years, all the citizens will be thrown out from the retail space.
Okay.
Now, the piano, because they say, Osha, the mining sector is being taken over by foreigners. The communication space is being taken over by the foreigners. The banking space is being taken over by the foreigners. And trading said one coast school crana, also betting alcohol, no alcohol, no one you know, and we have a travel. Now, and also foreigners are day, Abba Jeffy and Samana. I mean, a panasadia, not and Chay. Okay. For on Famrano and Yejuma.
All right. Clement Boateng, Yadan say when he Edin Common, did he say, said the Alman Penia Canon, almost so much anymore. My rest assured, said the Awakano, obey. Now maybe be at Timako ye. Assurance no hodie.
Oh,
okay. Joe. Clement, Yadan says, when he didn't come on. Now I said, no, my boy is saying, hey, Mambisa no answer wako.
My body, my catcher say, my body above him.
Okay.
And my boy above him. I just say 1% Obecano Craig.
Obecano Craig.
And I'll say, Nema Bonnie then.
Emma for.
And my boy above him.
Yo.
Now, I don't so I confirm feather.
Yeah, that's say.
Mark, Mr. Meda, what is on my Mr. Quenya?
Yamishra. Yane Ghana Union of Traders Association President, your friend Clement Boateng, Onona Yeneno, Edin Common. Enra, stakeholder, your friend is saying, engagement, sir. Ghana man penye, yeah. yeah, stakeholders in the private sector. Ono omo ye. Eno na yedi ho komo. Mami tia eye mia minua Kwadwo Amoaten na nwumre mbaba touchline so. Kwadwo Amoaten eye Traders Advocacy Group Ghana Bokobishu CEO and then the secretary Nana Boku bidire say mu nyina mo ho ye. Good. Agos
Mike Jerry.
Asemo. Ejumane de enye bete ba ye be.
Why obi bisa me say ajuwa evreba. Wo se we na say me complaining kire me wache. Anti obi anya ne de.
Asemo. We dwabe na ne yewo bodani bi 7 na dwom mechanic akra prem. Na ade ne be mo na ma say Asemo. Ana makani say onama we bono na musa Asemo.
Ni asemo akeni.
Okay, you go ahead. Agos.
I was here for Daily Post. The Democrats no and yede to us so no and Chief Executive Officer Wada Ghana Investment Promotion Center no Ura Simon Majay and workers sisi ano die was said the beya omode nema ebegu akwam ama strategic investors wo matimi ababeboa na Abrim Oil Mills no omo company no wo mo atimi atrem said the beya betimi aboa ama wo share Ghana tree crop year industrialization drive ye omo de agu akwam no eno one major pillar that say eno so nsem ewo ha se ebra na Ghana tree crops investment summit and exhibition ekoso ewon kran no ena Ora Simon ekasem omo aye krado so omehwe se de be a oil palm industry no ebetimi agina ne nan so na wo hwe se wo de wani echirem ewo Brim Oil Mills ya ye wo apoyemantem no a eno ade ebetimi aboa omo hia sika twitwidie se de be a wo betimi amaso ye no agina ne nan so a Daily Post the Democrats no ede ho amanebo aba abusia for Daily Post the Democrats anu ani ho say or the good boss CEO that be where Cocoa Board CEO onumunya for Randy Abe and Odahan and was say plot no a wo mo ayo mo adwen say omo de condition no plot no anwaye ne pa na no anosi cocoa farmers and afi MPP supporters no ya wo mo ewo se wi so and wo mo say enche kura wo mo de wo mani kiremu ewo Jubilee abankesie mu no ma be demonstration ewo ho no mo de atia Ora Randy Abe ese wo ba ye koko enkoyie kura koko nkoyie sane se NDC aban ye tisui campaign message ba ko ye koko ene wo ede abandada no si eso ogu omu page ye ni wo mu kan kura ka sa abandada no se koko obuo no kwa wo ma aban koko akuafo bottle back na 1 bag 70 million kura ka aban ne nyehwe ene wo mu kan ye chire mu chire akuafo sa to makoma so amoma to ababum ede amamo mo ba ya ekodi o anwamo makokura nta so na den na die nie omo se wo montie ase sa aban no atimi ahwe nyame animu abeye bosome enan ni enu kokko akuafo ekoko egu krache wo na wo munye sika na fe eno kwa na nche no kanye no po na ye omo yo omo se die echo omo nsuru mu kra ne se aban ne baya so abeti kokko bag so eni enimpo se 2 million bi 3 million bi no or the 10 million wa ye fi so was enti omo se in fact aban no kwanya wori kokko akuafo no fa so no bobo nyoso nti o meto omo Jubilee ho abankesi em say de omo ye che no omo ye free say so western north no em say amose aban mu panyifo no antiti eni omo de beto omo nkra ha Jubilee abankesi no omo ba ye kire de tie Cocoa Board CEO no omo che ni mu say kwanya woni kokko akuafo fa so no omo bonyo so ya Daily Post Democrat anu so ede ho amanepo abam abusia for Daily Post Democrat anu ani ho say enura Ghana man panyi John Dramani Mahama ene private sector no edi nkomo na said ye be betimi aboa ama ye private sector no omotimi aboa na face so oman no atimi agya na so oman bia kofare bai ana oman bia impuntuo kofare bai ejina private sector no so eno mo se ebetimi aboa se de bia wo mo betimi ahwe ma wo mo manufacturing ya wo mo yana niema no wo mo ye no ebetimi contribute to 15% to GDP by 2030 ya chese ho nsem so wase a Daily Post Democrat no ede ho amanebo aba ene anopei abusuafo yemfa daybreak ena wode onumonyamfo Alexander Fenyoma Kimfo nyine aba dom dodo no ba no dani no ene obisa aban no we dey question that question dey come aban no obisa say aban no titisi apa ne support ben pa no de ma gold board wo mo ntiase aban ne mo asɛn no de airborne tino wo mo ese wo mo ntiase nti utimu say onumunyamfo Alexander Fenyoma Kenya what ase what baby na wokas I can't think for ase bibi kire wadju so wo ntiase no ho nsɛm so ɛwɔ hase a daybreak de obokrata no ɛde ho amanebo aba abusiafo daybreak ɛno ɔse custom commissioner ɛne yapam no no ɔmapam no pa ni nyina ensɛm no obi anim ne kɔfare bai enti but daybreak say over tanko with minister eno tango ne yede eno no daybreak aka abawo enti ndie wunya daybreak de bokrata anu a wode ho nsɛm aba ya achose custom commissioner yapam no no ho nsɛm so wase daybreak nso ɛde ho amanebo aba ene anopai na daybreak anim ase eno de minister for sports Onyamfo Kofi Adams fo nyini aba na afen so ni wode owura yawo Ampofu Ankra wono so director general wono eda National Sports Authority ano eno wo ka se minister for sports na wo mo si wo mo de niema egu akom se de be betimi aboa na afen so wo hwe wo mo appointment ya wo mo aye 17 staffs members ya wo mo eba behwe na wo boti adi dwuma wo ho no ho nsem so wo hase a daybreak de ho amanebo aba
Mame kwa amane so na yene eye Samson Honorable Samson ahe oye Deputy Minister for Trade, Industry and Agribusiness. Osan mrasho bedwane ebodi abato mpeso so. Yene no emonkomo. Enra stakeholder meeting na Ghana mampanyin ene eye wome was the private sector no ehia. Honorable Mache. Na apomo te sayon. Yet, oh, Nyakopado, Yamiado Boko, na body so to say. Yeah, the Nyakopan said, great. Na anopai near Bisase, Ghana man penny shiamudia. On the woman, a baby munuma, crown crab for a baby munuma, over your memo, idiot, not but I and Cassania dear.
You would ask it. My man and chat what people in Anopai. Another. Àwọn mpanyini na sɛ obɛhyia ankorankora ɔmo adwuma industry ɛwɔ Ghana nti na yɛasɛ presidential dialogue with industry na ne nyinaa ne sɛ ɔmo mpanyini na ne sɔde ho ne sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛboa na yɛpagya anwuma yɛyɛ no Ghana ha no na yɛtumi ɛte nneɛma dodoɔ a ɛyɛ a yɛyɛ mfɔto anasɛ yɛtransfere amansa ɛba Ghana ha no na rada no yɛnyɛ adwuma sɛ ne bɛyɛ a yɛmmom ɛbɛstate aɛfoto nneɛma akɔ amansa dwa nti Oba no obakaya campaign no no manifesto de se muta bibia obehia ta access na omo industry ishanida omampani edikan asai edi bukaintia na organize summit no etuga we no minister for trade honorable president for Jare also edi no sam tuga and finance minister. And so, what did they do? We allow, and these are now close to 200 businessmen and women, and I'm not more job on us. Into your mapine, Emma, Rubwana, Eddie, and Tempita, contribution, commendation, in our buy. Emma, you play in our money, come. Now, ne nyinaa nim sɛ ɔman sɛ ɔman bɛyɛ yi a gye sɛ yɛproduce nneɛma ɛwɔ Ghana na industry asɛm baako a it's like na ɔmo a wɔka sɛ no biara na ɛdi emu tintima paa ne sɛ nneɛma bebree wɔ hɔ a yɛwɔ capacity to produce ɛwɔ Ghana ha. Meanwhile no yɛ importo saa nneɛma no ɛba.
Yeah.
Now yɛnim sɛ until Nigeria interest rate are between 18 and 20%, then number 35-37%. And this will be Ghana high produce at there. Now, will be so what China produce and the panel our concessional loan idea about 2%. If you have 0.5%. Nothing. Yeah, you bet trust on Australian man every China bar. Yeah, and say you will Ghana factories, you know, because I want here competitive enough and that competition. And cut across, more cement, more iron rods, more produce car, our Ghana, pharmaceutical, more you know, and more and Toma, custard, so I factories, you know. Government and textile industry, among the necessary by, but none a consider the fact that nearby there were comparative and a competitive advantage. So Ghana, and can. Yes, baby. Na yen ton Ghana, na a beboa. And see, on paying Emma response, say, and when you are already know or the kind ama that electric no over kaya on paying okan dada say a more anka ye no ama school feeding en kwala no anka ye ntoni na ewo Ghana.
Yes.
Okan sa no em say ebinom ni so nti na mo pena kan say sabre no re okwa ye mra ewo pa cabinet or the police no eba for cabinet eba jetum na nyema bia etimi produce o Ghana ha no de e wo say ntina e wo say yeto every producers now na ama etimi aboa e kan omo ana mo tia tar e ma Ghana ban enyika omo ana mo fa Ghana adehye e ma mo nya adwuma aye na bosom so a yɛtwe ɔmo ka na tankofo no so motimi ahwɛ ɔmo fie ɛno nti ɔmo mpanyini ahyɛ bɔ paa sɛ ɛnomanim yɛ wɔbɛkɔre cabinet on it na made in Ghana patronized made in Ghana goods no na ɔhyɛ mu kana na ɛtumi aboa industry. Can you imagine sɛ under the big push ɛkwan yɛ Veges any comment nothing. The better iron rods, locally. I am important to be ma. Classical Catina can within the country. And see a Diana Ebabua. I send you Musua, also industry kind, a utility cost. And duties are a port.
Yes.
Now we are to say, West African stock region. Ghana, the star utility cost net duty a piano port higher than the Togo one on other countries West Africa. And John Bompino, I can say no. We need to sit down and look at it critically. Because Omo can say, and energy say, idea, no boy was so, and I still no boy was so. Last 3 weeks, your call, Casablanca factory, many minutes ago. The code do now Omo close to some community to bear 5 lines, and Omo close to 2. Because over there, Casablanca, and some of them in 2 pounds of music. And tonight, or just say, Omo, so until more close to 2 lines. ɛwɔ mo production lines nti ɔmampanyin nso kan sɛ ɛna nti ɔmo rekɔ sɛ sanka yɛnyɛ some dedicated lines ayɛ in terms of nsuo a ɛbɛboa na monya ɛkɔ Guinness nso ɔmo nso kan the same program nti nneɛma a yɛasate a yɛtu ho anammɔm deɛ a yɛngye Ghana Water Company sɛ yɛbɛhwɛ saa program do na yɛatɔ hɔ another program a ɛno mpo de ɔmampanyin na kaeɛ Ghana ha bosi a company agye na nka yɛde atrɛ ɔmo adwuma mu ama yɛtumi afa nipa dodoɔ ɛwɔ adwuma mu no bosi a no bɔ ɔden ɛfiri sɛ bosi a no nyinaa abayɛ short term loan ebi yɛde ma wa 1 year ebu afa bi kura kan sɛ ɔkɔgye bosi a akɔfa machines a ɔbɛyɛ processing ɛwɔ Ghana ha ebi a ɔbɛmake order no bɛkeke bɛyɛ 1 year ansa na machines kura ba bɛdu Ghana meanwhile ma wo loan a yɛsi tua no within 1 year nti machine ɛbɛ kura wɔn sɛ machine kura start production no na bank na start sɛ tia nti ɛbasa na ɛmoa nti yɛnya long term capital finance na ɛbɛtumi aboa nti sɛ company no bɛgye no 5 years and 10 years a ɛbɛma no boɔ no akɔ fam sen sɛ 6 months ɛne 1 year nti saa problem no nso ɛno nso ɛwɔ hɔ a ɔmo raise yɛ a ɔmampanyin nso ɛde response ɛbae ɛno nti mefiri sɛ saa engagement wei no ɛda nneɛma bebree adi dodoɔ no wɔ hɔ a yɛnni dada dodoɔ no wɔ hɔ a ɛsate a yɛtu ho anamɔ but they were happy ɔmo nso ɛkɔmmɛnde ɔmampanyin Mahama ɛne n'aban ɛwɔ ɔmɔdze bɔ a ɔmo abɔ a ɔmo astabilize economy all the indicators now they are doing very very well you see no ɔmo kora ɛbɔ obi sɔre ka sɛ ɔbɔ ɔmampanyin aba so sɛ cities na ɛnyɛ ahoɔden no for a long time no ama ɔmo tumi ɛplane ɔmo forecast ɛyɛ ɔmo dua ɔmo di no ɔmo ɛyɛ so predictable nti ɔmo da ɔmampanyin ase inflation a aba 3.8 no ɛno nso no ɛboa ama ɛma bebree akɔ so cement foɔ sɛ ɔmo problem paa sɛ clinker no ka ɛfiri ɛwɔkyerɛ beduru sɛmapɔt a ɛnam sɛ ɛyi line no wɔ hɔ no baabi a ɔwɔ sɛ ship no bɛgyina no ɛmu ɛndɔ ɛnkɔ nti no sɛ ɔwɔ sɛ nka wofa line anka bɛtumi akɔ bi a 20,000 tons no a ɛnam sɛ ntumi ɛdɔ kɔ wɔ hɔ nti no na ɔma akɔfa baabi a 8,000 nti ama congestion aba port hɔ today do how crap first no we do best 7 days and na kwa ko do 14 days but local press no mon pay Mahama so am direct say mo anya direction awo on port over according to transport minister no in the next 2 weeks no on be start exact no mo ya say mo DP ta amala ship no step take everything aba e ba sa everything I reduce to delay our port for now. The good relations so like I said, you demorija omutia that demorija ya kwa na ma ba ship owner no me and as we are power on number as we na we tan kwa or say one train every day be one train no no so do sky very and demorija and the mompany ada woro o who that problem no the kind resolve 2 weeks time no thank you na ebe we na say motimi ayi nyema wa no awo tema po enti dema do me akoso ewo ho a mo adan re dey mo mo abu mpani abaso na mo mpani so ahye mo bo say ibi kura ba so for the can say aka last week no na food and drug board mo de quality abase na ya take omunjai omo ka mo ni ena mo pe ta se no mo plan atu so fun nyama egu ho bottle no gu ho da nti wo sore na say the local say what ban start production of that category of exams na And I said, and you did, and I would not put it into a man of not no road map. Now I want to clear or more that all Ghana, after we're banner, no ban. The Emma, a love the commanded government some of what that said. And so, of course, I am now at Abua, Ama industry. A grow industry, and a national of mine. Na yɛ adwuma ayɛ the sika ba nipa bɔtɔ abansɔ ne sika ɛde yɛ kutuduma a yɛnyɛ yɛ nti mi nyɛ ɔbi samina land family o yɛ kɔɔ so ɛde bɛ yɛ.
Okay, na aban dada no adwadifoɔ yi ɛte tax force bi a na wɔn de kutia foreigners a wɔn infiltrate wɔn ba wɔn ɔman yi mu a obi anka sɛ investor bi ama but nhyehyɛe a ɛwɔ ho no sɛbe wɔn ba aya no wɔn nne so ɛyɛ ade a na ɛhɛ adwadifoɔ yɛ mu bi yɛ di akyire yie paa ɛnɛ koraa mɛ ne guta president ɛkasa ayɛ no wɔsi so dua ɛwɔ me ha sɛ ɔhwɛ sɛ trade ministry ɛne GIPC na nka mo bɛsa revisit saa deɛ na form the task force because yɛ kan Chinese foɔ yi ba Lebanese foɔ wanwanfoɔ na wɔn aba bɛwura yɛ system ne mu na wɔn no aman wɔn de aba bɛwurawura mu na ha ɛyɛ local people no anamon bɛn na ministry need to afa ho
I'm said that antisana ya buy no yengu no eba so juma security agency custom immigration and some Ghana Tribal Authority food and drug authority omuna because ina omo de ba isi problem I want Ghana can say you work several unapproved entry pointer I want Ghana say ebefa aflow we just over aflow o togwa o do me there are lots of standards over to me at the manaba oko your borders now regular ones no I don't know we man them properly obi antimi take advantage now true say ebi mo ho a mo ka nyema na eba what even economy soft standard soft standard ebi a never ni free ban nanka first nanka eboni wo say o ka so mo to no ta kuru su pra o mo nto enti yes I think say committee we have to revisit it na share omoduma no emutana because any baby over sample bi na so no we try to come man ba what you say na ogoba ono beto no at very cheap na umu Ghana ni na waboka akotua duty I we na wo de no akoso say you become uncompetitive and I agree with them na I think say we invite them na you know na help them to everything resolve that problem even if we don't dedicate it and tell you na ya minimize them
okay
and that's it came up strongly and we will take it up.
All right. Na in some course no dey said that again do na aya na an application say beye na implementation ye de beye adwuma no. It honorable mo share adwuma your friend is saying adwadifuo ya na say ankrakrafuo ma bia bia omnwuma e wo memo more of the full assurance say mo betu anamo a support mo businesses.
It is in the interest of government say the master assurance na assurance ban so ya make sure say what we have agreed to implement you have agreed to implement. In fact, na say what say you call around so far na the cover so problem the bia no it mu resolve ama companies no at all and that say that cement here me can say at the port Sunday no na commission ba so after the aye program producers because akra krenta every dia Morocco about the good gun ship no ni say dia odogo abe 2-3 days like ni oko 14 days in the because can say every day dia chief ngejina hobiano ebi ana ye be ya $25,000 a day. It is a 14 days multiply na additional cost. But businessman also the additional cost you are going to be I don't know you pass it on to the final consumer. And it is in our own interest as government and Ghana for say you ever share ya within us locally. I have one man I know and I was so happy yesterday. Mompina Kasa admitted said in the top region cost of doing business or Ghana of course and he was said na cost of doing business and I need below Kurana a very competitive to other countries. Am I assuming the businessmen and women want to remain relevant in whatever they do? And see that promise, that assurance was well given yesterday by the president himself. And here he didn't see now a man directed. That is what we are going to work. That's what we are going to follow to ensure that the human ever consume our Ghana. Am I assuming upgrade human? Ama emrantia na nkete ya jumale nesika aba ombotom nesika aba ban no nesika aba krum na omanu ayede amaye.
Okay. Na entos akuafo na womko entos adwadifo a womko Burkina no so no so far hyehyɛ na kosisen enra kwa nya de tie sɛ ministry ni ka sɛ Ghana ye be ye hyehyɛ ya ebemietime dua entos afemu ni nyina na enkonkoba so bi be kɔ Burkina sɛ or kotontos no kwa kushia akwanhia bi ho so far arrangement set say
Yo madase ma memfa akwanya wo so na yemma yenya no mabusafo a ayi kotontos na okushia nuyo abusafo no yemmo nyina yakọ na omo so a omo propra aban adaworo yakofo mo free Burkina eba last week no was so we now so speedy recovery and that minister and transport minister you call a 37 military officer share I don't know na media terminal one person the dance there omo be do Ghana no omo ahode no akoso asan na no mo Burkina no enti na ye na doctor so emphasize mo insurance omugu so mo community bon pa yourself video wo pura oba concept bia no and I don't have to come on na mo ya mo den na mo sorry aba now ni wo say Ghana atasi ayo wo ensu ayo wo na yeko desert country mu akofa tomato problem wo anya na fi ya na sase wo hodada na amafo the video friends a futio and takanipa this is special in the attempt as a country who have played with this thing for a long time and she usha kwalugu dam na wo na the whole rationale for Kwalugu Dam was to provide irrigation system. Ebema akuafo ebia jeme ebia moko ebia nto ebia whatever ebetimi ebia no all year round. And whereby I think I rekindle the concept of Kwalugu Dam. And what I know is that Omampani Ashe, Minister for Agri, Trade, Energy, say, and Transport. Now I share my immediately. Now you have a viral Kwalugu factory, and so that it will provide the needed irrigation system. Now it's in Abua, Ama. More that area no. The team adria to month to me. And see, I am back there a copy. Baba Kaikurana, 26 the budget no. I mentioned say, Commander, Tolugu ɛna ATM aban bɛyɛ ne bɛtumi biara na yɛare babɔ as to speak we have certificate from finance ministry says engage transactional advisor ɔno bɛma yɛhu project ne cost what we need to do and she has started a procure transactional advisor now a recommendation here who have much of a
okay
who bring commanders to get petrol back Palugu back 8 years back and then some defense companies benefits of the area of woman. It is unfortunate that we have a clear, but when you say we know about the nearby home said Ghana, here you will say the cost to Monty. And that is your tomatoes association. A month important now by Minister Holland. In fact, they'll call Minister of the and let a woman call. I have got there more normal book at that home. And we almost say with locally who call Robodom side, the Chiman area, no, and accommodant. In say it means up to irrigation systems, no, in place. I'm not sure that local people to Monty or Burkina, Anma, service, on timely death, yeah, which of we union after not the internal program. And see, all these things are on the table. I consider and see the bonfire is let me
okay. All right. Honorable pay yada say when you didn't come out na obedina cho na me produce and wedding come obi. Why?
Yo, when you say that, that's the one say Miliano. Umaya konya na yana umano akasa. Yada
okay. Also that same. NIT 100.9 Esuni yani Honorable Samson Ahe, Deputy Minister of Industry, Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry Agribusiness. On any no Edi and Comoy. Agos
Mark Jerry.
Someone I'm right.
I was here for Daily Post. The Democrats had no any has say. Okay, Daily Post the good. And Yamfa Daybreak. Daybreak Democrats and mu na ye wa Mark Jerry ekodi nkomo ebae eno na ye kire say. Daybreak Democrats ananu onmunyamfo Kofi Adams wono sports minister eno wo ka say. Enkrofo baako edu nson bi a te say ye recruit wo mu eba wo mu adwuma no mu mo se gwa ye mo amfa kwan paso amfa wo mu ntinu omo terminate wo mu appointment na Minister for Sports and Recreation Onwanyamfo Kofi Adams ena wode ato Director General wode National Sports Authority anom onwanyamfo yaw ampo for Ankara eze enkrofo bi owo appointee wo mo no wo mo afa kwan paso nti won san so and terminate wo appointment na Daybreak so ede ho amanebo aba na Daybreak Democrat nanim ha nanumu enche bi abusiafo na ano no ene yete se broni bi abagana na yankwate asi broni wo Russia ni etu oba ye no Ghana man wo bedi ye ho few etu eni ohia wa kam no aka you say Ghana so ye Ghana ye adi o sa ho pa ye ji wo mo Ghana ni hu broni a se di ya na esi kotu wo mo no ye ni ya say ye bi hu say asi ye pen ye pe won asem o say ase ahowo no ne ani ji wo mo say na say Ghana obi anim say ye ji ahowo no minim say nu nsu ntia nti ohun mroni mari wanam say oh come no maka what is your name no body I'm Ectonam how is your age no wabo so where do you stay I stay around here and say na bo ye brofo na ba ye brofo ye mo ye nte brofo nyina that day ni ye sebro ni ye brofo bai anyway can I get your number because oh yes no abo oh take my phone no ja odi amano no oh hi can I see you this evening I said, oh, why not? Hey, Ghana ma, ya wote yo.
Mohonta mo, uchimu ya mode.
Ye tu ne do.
Uchimu ya mode.
We di abroso. Hey.
Jamini ni pen me che say oba na Nyankopon di kan bo no free Ghana.
Oh.
Oba no free Ghana.
Me say. Na ochimu
Ema mo ya bodi mu ka chiri titiri mu de no. Ghana ma na shasi free muso. Timuti intina na yejeje muso no.
Ai, na fa njije so e atra.
Intina yejeje muso no.
Iwuje ho a won tie ze na nem hwe sofo bi wo se na wo be ma obeso oto oba ase nyakobo obeso oto oba ase anka wo ba oba no ko ma otena ase hu ne yekoso wa mu ada ne de bibia yesu masem anya ade a wo beti ase da hey na Russia ni say ya mpaso wo dwa mu bi mu se wandwam bi mu se enya no kra ni videos bi mu a trend ye no Telegram say video na o post ye ntwe ye ntu wono afa eja ne tumi so adelete say nya Telegram kwa TikTok mu ni Facebook ku post bi na ntwe ye bon say na wo mo aye fu wo de ama
say wo mo nem so post to ade na aya wo monitor say from our monitor on I'm saying no monitor comment ni hu say ade na ya abusive ye dey into wo man to me
mo abetimi adi
taking off ebikwa obi kra betimi report
okay but say reporting ni de ya na edu ba bi ha adwi o well to say
but say reporting so say wo mo because obi to me report to ade a enya no normal take action on it and so you very bad I mean
because obi a auto na ade a or the omo na account no obi a nanti wa so to ade na obi nso to ade na report to account e dey yema ti eno na Telegram almost so delete sex videos no wo post ye no eti eno so ede no no a Daybreak the Democrats ano ede ho amanebo aba abusiafo mame fa Daily Graphic anim ha ana ode Kotoka International Airport watwa mu fonyini ya omudi ebo so goyi na ode ato ase eno ose Kotoka International Airport no sisi ayasan so akoyechi yatim kuntunhwane na chia na ekosan kofo ho yenchi enkane na ye Accra International Airport ena sisi anu ye se ye de Kotoka to so sisi anu yasesa no yasesa no sisi anu ke no abeda ni enkane no ananka obehu ni se ye KIA no sisi ebeye AIA ndisi asa na ebeye ndisi an Kotoka International Airport no Accra International Airport ya chese Daily Graphic Democrats ano de ho amane bo aba esi ano de economy no yase economy mo ni bibi asesa yase economy no yase den nani fast bibi akwaso so economy no ya chese Daily Post Democrats ano de ho amane bo aba Daily Post the Democrats no ni ho se na wode onmonyafo Alexander Fenyoma kemfo nyine aba ena wo bisa se aban no se wo se wo control economy no wode economy ni egu nsani ani no hwehwe se Ghana yesika samte sen ye figures no matche se de yesika no yedi no kwampa so ana se de yesisi ayi economy no ade ton ni edwadie esitie no hwa mansan dwa so ni Ghana de no atari na wo be control economy no to wana minority no na obese wo control ana azeden wo musu wo mu timi nka eno na wo se wo control enti no omo ede bi amane wo mu ese wo mu hwe na omu nyu omadwuma adwuma de oso ye omo control economy no eno ni ehia ya chese Daily Graphic Democrats ede ho amane bo ede abam Daily Graphic Democrats no ani ho se eno omo bo amane eno omo se 40 Ghanaian languages womo afixi extradition ya chese ho nsem so wase a Daily Graphic Democrats no ede ho amane bo abam na Graphic Democrats no ni mo se NTC se teacher licensure exams no se we ya se ya cancel ye ejina naso mo aya na mo ka se ye ntwamu zen ye ntwamu sa ayeden anya mo nkwa na mo tro na se fo nso twuro bi enti ho nsem so wase a Daily Graphic Democrats no ede ho amanebo aba ene anope na busiafo
kata ndi ejinam ma yentie we meba
okay
enra minority phones on your press conference just woman abre omo call for some accountability of the cocoa sector.
Public records show that Mr. Boateng previously served as the Chief Executive Officer of Atlas Commodities Limited in 2018. And I have in my hands here a document from the Registrar General's Department that shows who has been the owner and the directors of the Atlas Commodities Limited. They are all here with me. There are documents that I also shared on my Facebook wall. Today, that same person occupies one of the most powerful financial and administrative offices within Cocoa Board. The institution mandated under law to regulate cocoa buying companies. Under the Ghana Cocoa Board Act, Cocoa Board is a regulator. It is not a competitor. You cannot be a referee and be a player at the same time. You cannot be a regulator and be a competitor at the same time.
Enti when you know a deputy CEO at the Cocoa Board and a minority way any abre the CEO.
The economy. Regulatory leadership must not create even the appearance of benefiting from the same system they supervise. You cannot benefit from the same system that you yourself is supervising. You cannot create a system whereby you will deprive the state from operating to be able to earn margins, to be able to give to the state so that the state can also pay its workers and direct or indirectly siphon those monies into the pockets of an individual. Which individual is Mr. Ato Boateng? As a minority, we demand the following. We demand a full criminal investigation by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. We demand a constitutional conflict of interest determination by SHRAJ. We also demand a forensic audit of warehouse registrations and cocoa movement records. The minority is also demanding for a full disclosure from Cocoa Board, national security, and relevant authorities.
Okay, eti Vincent Asefua oye o tafo mrashe bedwani ono na me bone ne a na wuti na the twi ni kura zo ha nto de eti deputy CEO de Cocoa Board Owura Ato Boateng ye say conflict of interest to be koso in their goals otu no ho ade so na enra Owura Ato Boateng kura so bekasa yo or the statement by
okay.
I no say we resign the craft from say Atlas company no we can resign a long time. And sana ya appointing no so my appointing na no resign it. Nti
and you said asem no case close.
All right. Maminchia minua kwabena ehwiren. Or you part of the parliamentary press corps. Na me say airport no womaji we na to mana because I'm aware so
much je boy and said am my so ma
I na me friend ya no me o mo fe yo
kwan bi a wo mo fa so ye
asemo be we akwane kai akos ma mi twa simra
okay
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no ho ade no. Hwem so betumi a. Hey, now beka. Ya John to mami ensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afibia so beri ni waware ne a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Asew. Wo den kan no ntumu ho. Me be mo anu nsu hye kura de aka ho. Wo hwe de wapi ho. O ka sa batete e da fom ho.
This way chocolate drink.
Crash up pay baba ware.
Asew.
Ye fi say this way chocolate drink. Ya sorry anopa no ne yenom ye be hye fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne yenom and this way no ti ano a he se kire wom kokko wom brick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so hye
this way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so hye
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye
Cool, fresh and trendy with a new look. Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Oh, ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime.
water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Jamo akwa be de bandi 100.9 Jumedi air friend Ghana Montie.
Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie.
Ghana Montie sunie maya kwa amanu so ene eye Dr. George Siama Brano C4C Homeopathic Hospital Medical Director eye apomudine mu nsema ayo de mai dog mache
Yani amajere
na apomuti say
obade adaro mabra me ho ye pa me da se se oso ho ye de
nyame adom boko nyame adom good na ene edien ena yehwe
yo majere anope so medawase na senior da ye no ye nam we fidie kase so ada ye lawyer listeners mina so ase empo se enene da di kan a utia ye health tip ya mpacho ye da se we nyamre utie na ya brano ye pomodia efia de efa ya pomodin ho kai se oha one de doso then so se ebeye apomodin a ehawa na chese oha onyina beye ba akopɛ nti na wase ye kai ho ebo ye ho dero ehye ye ho nkran na yetimi hu anamon a yebetu se mpo yare bia ba ne pedie no so deda ana se afei na ehya ase a ye ho de ebeye ayesi ano ntam na nkwa nkofa de broni kan no complications ameha ne pediano ne ebusiano ne oman no at large enu nti na ye da wase se wenyamre ene anope na ene de se o ye pese yedim komo efa the major functions importance and conditions aya eta kai organ kesia ye frɛ no say ye brebo no the pacho ye brebo no conditions these days kosoro bebre ama nka yare a nka first no nka onhu no wo school medical school no be hu no books mo and all that but sisia no onhu no in real practice and years ago or years back no na any condition but I common these days because of aduane ayedi and some of the chemicals ahodo a won duane ni mu empo kra no drinks ahodo a no mo preservatives ahodo a wom nyoma efa no say aye chef fridge mu bebre so instance so a dey ba yeah, so yes, smoke bebre, efa illicit drugs, hard drugs bebre, and also ekahun. Yempa ye combine indra wodro bebre na ye ne ho kafo koshia chesa maya hoden foforo no and also ekahun. Yen so asabi ye de enro bi hihye ye ho ema infections ahodro bebre eba ni pedianimu and also in the long term stasis and turbulence, which is the thickness of the blood, prevent good blood circulation. In a long-term inflammatory systemic response, ama cancer, etimi akosro, ama problem with your organs, ahodo ni na no akosro. Entine be hia se ye beka ye ho na ya bode roti through a fire brabon esani juma edi woni pedianimu. Na eniani a yebobo so nyina no se ekoye ni pediani mu a yankopon ahihye ne se ye wode ye fa ne GIT gastrointestinal tract and are made up of your digestive system your phone your intestines any other organs how do a boy may break it down in terms of now so your wode ye fa no accessory organs need to say your bread bono a part of the digestive system, but your accessory organ. It's an aduane and film. Nanso moja be film. Moja no so ye moja. Afani pediano aduane no ahoden akom. Enti brebo no beto ne boas ama saa moja na aduane na ahoden ne aduro ni nyina akom a ebi wo ha emu a ye fia ni nyina no etimi ko ni pediane mu no. Se empo ediane a emuati se plus parasite ahodo a samolina typhoid moa mo betimi tina oni pediane mu empo H pylori moa empo kra no emoa bi a fungus infection no nyankopɔn ayɛ no sɛ brɛboɔ no nto ne bo ase na ɔnsɔne mogya no so na ɔhwehwɛ saa mmoa wei nyinaa me ne wo mmienu yɛntumi fa the naked and aided eye ɛnhwɛ yɛntumi fa yɛn ni sɛ yɛa ɛnhu no ɔmmɔ mmɔden a na ɔhwehwɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔnya ɔmo wie a ɔnkyekyere ɔmo na ɔnyi ɔmo mfiri nipadua no na ama mmogya koro gyee ɛtumi akɔ akoma no mu